right.
And this was 8%.
Oh, we're live.
We are live.
I thought you were doing the moment of silence thing where you check the levels.
Oh no, it's all right. We're good. We're set up. Live here and things that weren't cool in high school. Episode. Who knows? We're not even. I don't even know why I keep saying
It's 8.
Is it 8?
We should be
Or
like
9.
Star Trek.
It's like 8 or 9.
Like
Yeah.
105.
We'll count on it. We hit like every 10. Like we're episode 10. That's a big deal.
Yeah.
20.
Episode 20.
Yeah.
50.
We've hit 100.
No.
One day. Yeah. So a lot of cool stuff. We we got some snacks tonight. We're going to talk about some video games, movies, comic books. No show and tell tonight. Sorry, Ben. We have one thing maybe to show off. If the show goes well and it flows well, maybe we have time.
Yeah.
Have time to do it. I have the last can.
Oh, you goof!
It's the last can that's all over the table.
Mario
now.
just got
Paper towel.
You goof! I can get tissues.
No. He's gonna.
Oh, you goof!
Oh, party foul.
You goof!
Oh no.
So this is where we all chant asshole, right?
That's
$12 a can.
that's like a $45 spill right there. It's not. It wasn't too much.
No.
We saved it.
Uh-huh.
Stickers are okay, everyone. Calm down.
What's the other guy there?
Like,
So-
whoa.
So we're both drinking our last of the other halves. Ooh, I got that
that was
under.
really-
That was nice. All right. Yeah. So some cool stuff to talk about. Being weekly, obviously some of our stuff that we're playing or working on, we'll kind of just talk about. You'll probably hear the same stuff maybe every now and then because
I'm still playing when Elder Scrolls 6 comes out. I'm still playing that.
Yeah. So I
Or is it 6? Yeah, it's 6. Yeah, Skyrim was 5. Right there.
Yeah, I have a issue where I play too many games at once.
Oh, you never finished them?
Yeah, no, I finished them, but I just I work on games in parts.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I just hammer one until I'm done.
I try to, but I have really bad video game ADD and OCD. So when I play a game, especially I know people don't really like them as a company, but I'm a big Ubisoft guy.
Okay.
Only because they're two of my favorite video game franchises come from Ubisoft.
Assassin's Creed and
Rayman. No.
Rayman.
Yeah, and Rayman nailed it. No, Assassin's Creed and Far Cry.
Oh, okay.
They're one of my
And
two favorites.
rabbits.
I like Blood Dragon.
Blood Dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Futuristic one.
So I'm working on actually really good. I don't know if it's still a sale going on, but if it is, please check it out. I did make a video live on the Facebook page. Really good sales going on right now on Xbox. I picked up Far Cry 5, Far Cry New Dawn, and all of the DLC for $54. So the price of one game, I got 2 and all the DLC. It was $65 off, so it would have normally been $160 for all of it, but it was a really good deal.
What's the newest one? I don't really follow.
New Dawn.
Okay.
So New Dawn is, I didn't really look too much into it, but all I know is it's one of the first Far Cry games that go back to the same location as the previous game.
Oh, okay.
Because normally each Far Cry game is a different scenario, same idea, different scenario. But this is the first one that actually goes back to what happened after the events take place of what you did in Far Cry.
That's cool. So it's like an actual sequel.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of like taking all different places and all them too. So it doesn't have
it's always a different place.
It doesn't have a connecting story. Or,
no.
Okay.
Same. It's kind of like, oh man, it would be like if you played.
It's not like goofy Legend of Zelda timeline stuff.
Yeah, where it's all.
It's just convoluted. You're like, you got it's like calculus figuring it out.
Yeah. Well, there's really no so it's most of them is I go to this foreign country and there's some kind of crazy drug lord dictator who runs it, and your character gets stuck in between a mini civil war trying to reclaim the land, and you have to figure out which side that you want to play on. You know what I mean? Who you . So this one is you're in America, and it's kind of like a Waco, Texas area, like a really wooded community area, and there's this crazy church and the locals who are you're combating, trying to take back the land for the locals and get rid of this crazy dictator Charles Manson.
Okay, David Koresh.
Yeah, type guy. Yeah, really, really neat game. But yeah, that's what I'm working on now. I have not defeated any bosses yet. I'm in one. So the map's broken up into thirds. I'm in the very bottom left corner, and I'm just trying. I'm open. I'm going to every location. I'm doing every side mission.
Yeah.
Like 100% that area.
And
Then
that's
we'll-
what I do. But sometimes you burn yourself out in the game, and then you
100%.
just don't want to play it anymore.
Like when I beat this, I won't jump right into New Dawn
Okay, yeah.
because it's just too much. Like,
Yeah,
when I play Assassin's Creed, I play Assassin's Creed. I don't try to 100% the game, but I try to find
most of the
everything.
stuff,
yeah.
I
And then
I couldn't get into the Egyptian one. I was like,
I liked it.
I was like, I don't really like this guy. I don't really like the people in this. Like,
Yeah.
I think the Egyptian theme was cool, but like being in the desert and stuff. I'm like, I don't like this.
That's how it was, like how he was talking about, like with Red Dead Redemption 2. I kind of like burned myself out, and just the fact that the inevitable happens. Well, should I just spoil at this point?
No, don't.
Okay, I'm
I
not
didn't
going
play
to
it
then.
yet, but I was gonna say.
Just the inevitable happens. It just kind of. That's all I'm going to leave it at. That.
I burned myself out real bad with Kingdoms of Amalur. Remember that the baseball player that funded his own RPG? What's his name? It will come to me.
Yeah. We're talking about Far Cry 5. Is that actually a Skyrim tattoo? I just noticed.
Yeah, I got that before the game came out because I was
Really?
like, that looks really cool, and I know I liked the game because I liked Oblivion.
Mhm.
And then it came out, and I was like, okay, I'm happy I got it. But if you go back, this is on every single game. It's on Oblivion. It's on the cover.
Really?
Yeah, it's on every. I think it's even on what is it, Daggerfall and everything. So it's like been there. Yeah, I got that. Couple
What's on the inside of your arm?
Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah. That's probably the best one because it's the most colorful and stuff. I
Yeah.
want to go back to him, but I just never got around to it.
Yeah. Nice. Yeah, so that's what I'm working. I'm kind of doing like a little mix up. So I'm working on Far Cry 5. I'm going back and playing BioShock 1 Remastered.
I love BioShock.
One of the best games of all time.
One was better than 2.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I didn't like the third one.
You didn't like the third one?
No.
You didn't
'cause-
like Infinite.
Yeah, it was 2 weapons. I'm like, why only 2 weapons?
Yeah.
And I like the girl, but I don't know.
One of the best endings in a video game. Probably top 3
One?
best endings. Yeah.
Yeah.
For part 1. And then I'm working on
Isn't there 2 endings? Isn't there bad and a good? Or yeah, I think there is.
Kinda.
Yeah.
I mean-
I think there's like good. There's like good, bad, and then maybe middle.
The game's been out for
middle
15
of the
years.
Yeah.
There's one where he escapes and there's one where he dies.
yeah. One, well, I think you escape in both, but it just depends on what you do with the little sisters.
Okay, yeah, one
it's
comes with
exactly
you.
that,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the and then the other, I just downloaded Gears 4. I've been playing that
I
again.
never played that
And
one.
just playing like horde mode and online co-op, and I'm terrible at it online,
Right.
but it's fine.
Still played in tournaments to this day.
Yeah, Gears
Wow.
very popular
Gears
game.
I only played 1, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
And then
Well,
we,
this is 4.
we didn't get to beat 3 because it just got 2.
You should go to one of the fighting game tournaments. They have that Gears of War. They have like one room packed in like
Really?
maybe like 8 or 9 people on each side. It's just so crazy how
Yeah.
that game can blow out.
Mhm. So I have that's the 3. That's the 3 I'm playing right now. This is another one in there. Oh, I want to start playing the new Battlefield Firestorm, which is their version of Battle Royale.
Okay.
Looks really cool. I installed it. I have not had a chance to play it yet.
My favorite is the Bad Company games. Well, the first one because it
Bad
was
Company,
funny and it was
yeah.
goofy and it was something different.
Battlefield Battle Company 2 was good as well.
But then 2, they kind of took a lot of the humor away. I'm like, you have enough games
Yep.
where it's serious.
Yep.
Keep this one goofy.
Yeah.
Well,
Battlefield.
I thought
as
1 was
well,
really
yeah.
good.
And the online is amazing for Battlefield. Like it's one of my favorites.
Yeah, my friend really likes Battlefield.
What have you been playing? You're
nothing. But,
Nothing.
like
still Call of Duty?
Call of Duty. There was an update recently for their. I've been up super early today. Battle Royale mode.
Yeah. Oh, the hardcore mode.
Yes, where normally you can see your teammates on the radar, and there's a radar you can
getting
look
better
up
with age.
on the map and
Yeah.
stuff. What's happening? They got rid of it.
Oh, wow.
So
So it's like
all
I forget
you
what that's called in
This one was a little.
was it Halo if you want to get
colder.
rid of it.
Okay. But all you hear is the storm's coming. You have
Oh.
no idea where it is,
And what direction to run.
what direction it's coming,
I
or
like that.
anything.
I like that a lot.
So it was different, but a lot of fun.
Yeah, that sounds
So-
cool. Yeah,
I play on console, so I play my
let's go around
predominant.
our say our main consoles.
Yeah, so I own Xbox, I own PlayStation 4, and I own Nintendo Switch. I don't think I've turned my PlayStation 4 on since I kind of faded out from playing Fire Pro Wrestling,
Okay.
which, by the way, you can download any header on.
Yeah, you can. I made myself a closet.
Yeah, it looks really
4
good.
outfits. Yeah.
That I want to pick up again because the
Just-
GM mode's in it.
Yeah, and the cruiserweight thing,
Yep.
the junior heavyweight thing came out, and something else came out too.
Yeah.
There's 3 modes that came out.
Yeah, so I want to go back and try that out, but I don't really play my PlayStation that often. I'm more my Xbox guy, and I have a lot of digital games on there. I think the sales on there are better. I prefer the controller. Just my thing. But I also love my Switch. I don't have a gaming PC, unfortunately.
Neither do I.
Yeah.
I'm the exact opposite.
Too much
Yeah.
money to get into that.
It is.
Yeah.
I use PS4 as my main hub for everything,
Mhm.
and I don't know when last time I turned on my Xbox One. I have
Yeah.
3 games. I think I got Gears of War 4, which I never played. Halo 5,
Yeah.
6. Which one is it?
5.
And then
Five, yeah.
the second Tomb Raider, because I
Nice.
got them at a yard sale for $5. So
Yeah.
I was like, okay.
Xbox is a
And
cool thing.
Sunset Overdrive, I bought it for
Yeah.
that, and I was
Oh,
I was a
cool.
little disappointed. Sunset Overdrive. It's like,
Mhm.
oh, this could be like Infamous.
It was really repetitive.
Yeah.
So
and I beat it in
Infamous,
like 2 weeks. I'm like, oh, wow.
Infamous is really repetitive too. Really cool
Yeah.
idea, but very repetitive. Doing the same missions over and over. I feel like Xbox, like just kind of like a pro and con. Like the reason I like the Xbox, and like if someone says, "What should I buy as a game console?" and I know people are going to be like, "PlayStation has better exclusives."
It doesn't matter.
It doesn't. I mean, exclusive
Most
wise,
games are on both.
yeah, exclusive wise, I think you're having a better time with PlayStation if you enjoy single
Adventure,
player
yeah.
story by yourself. You're a solo style gamer.
Horizon
If you
Zero Dawn.
are an online multiplayer style player, I think Xbox is for you. And then for another $30 a year, you get Game Pass, which literally is like Netflix, and it has over 100 games on it. And every month it adds more games,
Yeah.
so you don't have to pay for games; you just pay for a subscription,
Mhm.
and those games are yours,
Do you
which
get-
I think
do
is
you
a
get- do you get
really.
achievements for that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
It's
cool.
pretty much like as if you had the subscription, it's your game.
Oh, wow.
And then if you decide you want the game, they give you a discount on it. Like you try to buy it. digitally.
And
Okay.
say if you have Game Pass
Yeah.
and Gears 6 is coming out, 5, so Gears 5 is coming out,
I don't know where.
and the new Halo,
Yeah.
they will be available day one release for free on Game Pass.
Oh, really?
Yes.
That's cool to try it out. Yeah.
Yeah. No, for the full game.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
How about that?
So any exclusive game that comes to Xbox,
It's $20 a year.
yeah,
And PlayStation has PlayStation Now, but I've never tried.
kind of like the WWE Network. Like you get $10
Yeah.
and you're saving $60 every month on the pay per view.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah. It's a good deal.
I didn't like when Xbox One first came out and the whole the sliding thing, like the menu would come up.
Oh.
I hated that so much. I thought
Oh.
360 was perfect.
Yeah.
Like, but then the way it assembled, like I hate this.
Yeah.
I just want to play the game.
Yeah, they changed a lot, and
Yeah.
they're
I know they switched it
consistently adding new updates and making the system run really well. But one of the comments in the chat, I have played when it first came out. I played a lot of Rainbow Six Siege. Very big fan of it, but it was one of those games where everyone I played with stopped playing it,
Since. Yeah.
so I had no one to really play
You
with.
know,
But I enjoyed that game.
You know, I liked my favorite Rainbow Six Vegas 1 and 2.
Oh my,
Yeah,
awesome. I
awesome.
have them digitally backwards compatible on my system.
I have the physical copies.
Yeah, that was one of the first games you could put your webcam and scan your face.
Yeah,
and
made it.
Yeah.
I made a black dude in that, and I was playing with black guys one time, and they were like talking to me as if I was a black guy.
Well, my
And I
gamer,
was like, "This is pretty cool." They think I'm black because I
Yeah.
didn't talk or nothing.
fun fact, my gamer tag is black 0586.
Oh, okay.
And when I would play online, you'd have the toxic people on Xbox who
Yeah.
would say racist stuff
There's
to me.
N word and
Oh,
F word, and that's all it is.
Yeah. I mean, it's like everywhere, but it
Yeah,
was
it's really
heavy at
bad.
that point in time on Xbox. So I just picked Cole every time I played. Like Cole Train. Like I just picked him all the time. Yeah, he's my
I
favorite.
think the new Gears doesn't have a girl main character.
Yeah. So you're at
I
the
don't know if
point
she
now
was
where
in 4. I have no idea.
you're at the point now where you're playing Marcus Phoenix's son.
Oh, okay.
Yep, and then there's a girl with him.
Is it Baird's daughter?
It might be.
I'm thinking that.
I'm really shitty if I
something
don't
like
know that, and that's the thing.
I don't. I really lost around 3.
Yeah, I dropped that like 2.
Yeah.
So
I really like.
Yeah.
You know what I thought was cool? The Gears of War, a little less focus on the cover if it was Punisher game.
Okay.
Yeah. Like-
Yeah, the only reason I
Like,
do
get
like the
different,
cover
like,
system is because once you bump up the difficulties, it's like
Yeah, I mean it's fun.
you're
but
really
like,
gonna get your shit
hard.
together.
but like for like Punisher themes, I don't know who the second person would be. Like that would be an awesome game. But to make
Yeah.
it more comic booky,
yeah.
don't make the cover so.
So that's something we're going to talk about in a little bit here.
Oh, there you
so
go.
I'm excited about
and
that.
you know what game I like? That's Gears of War ripoff. 50 Cent Blood in the Sand.
Yeah, yeah. It was
And
actually
there's an insult button, and when you shoot and kill baby, insult and you get more money.
yeah.
Awesome.
It was actually a decent
Yeah,
game.
it's not a bad game.
It wasn't
I
a
mean, I don't
terrible
like
game.
rap at all, but it
Yeah.
was fun. And I turned off all the Eminem songs because I hate Eminem.
Really?
Yeah, I can't stand him.
So what games are you playing right now?
Ultimate Alliance 2.
Ultimate
Go back
Alliance
10
2,
years,
yeah.
because of Avengers and stuff. I was like, I beat one about a couple months ago.
Are you playing the original or are you playing the remastered?
The remaster one, the downloaded one.
Yeah.
Because for PS4. So I
I've
get the
wanted to
trophies.
buy it, but I just couldn't justify spending
Yeah, it was expensive. I bought it on sale.
Yeah.
It finally did go on sale. and I got it.
Because for a while there, it was like you had to
60
buy them
bucks.
separately,
Yeah.
each $60 each.
Yeah, and that was crazy.
Now, when you bought them, did you get the original roster?
You get everybody in the DLC. Like for 2, you get Psylocke.
Because remember, for a while there, if you had it on the 360 or the PlayStation 3,
Yeah, you couldn't get
it took characters away from you.
Yeah.
Like the like, so it was weird because Ultimate Alliance 1 for DLC, there was like the Hulk and a few other ones, and then Ultimate Alliance 2 had some characters, but then once all the rights went all over the place, they took characters out of the game. You couldn't play as them.
Just the ones like obviously the main game they couldn't, but like the DLC.
Yeah.
They
And
took
that
the DLC for 1 away.
So
when
wait,
they're in that.
Isn't that like contractually illegal because you're paying
No.
for a DLC
As long
that
as-
has this?
If it's
and
physically installed on your system and it was still there, you can keep it in your game,
You couldn't buy it anymore.
but you couldn't buy it.
yeah.
But
Okay.
if you uninstalled it, you
See,
couldn't reinstall it.
That's what I don't
Yeah.
like.
Mhm.
That I feel like even if you
I
uninstall
agree.
it, you should still be able to go
Because
back.
there were some
I agree
X-Men.
with that.
Yeah.
Like Cyclops was in one, I think.
PT. If you uninstalled PT,
Yeah, it disappears.
it's gone. If
Yeah,
you
for good.
uninstalled what
One
was
of
it?
my one of my favorites, the X-Men arcade game,
X-Men Arcade and the Simpson Arcade.
and the Simpsons
Oh, yeah,
because of the rights and all.
They lost them.
Yeah, they're great. I have them on
Yeah,
my
I was
360.
so pissed.
I paid
because
for
I
both
wanted to
those
get them.
games, and I didn't have space in my hard drive. And I uninstalled
Yeah.
them, and then I went to go put them back on, and they're
See,
unavailable.
that's not right. That's not right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You
Well, I
paid
could
for
see
Paid
what
for
I could
them.
see with
Yeah.
that. I could see with the X-Men one just because of the rights.
Yeah, but-
they really shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
either they
Konami and
refund you,
Disney and-
Yeah, we'll give you the credit.
Or-
I believe they give you a credit back. I believe they did.
Okay.
I know it's
They
been-
should.
Yeah.
well, that was like the whole Tom Savini, Jason thing,
Mhm.
where it was like if you went on at this time because there was some kind of glitch that everyone who didn't pay for it got it.
Yeah, I was
And-
one of those. Yeah.
I did too,
Yeah.
but that's beside the point.
Because I should have got it. So what happened with me is I kickstarted that game. Like I went and paid money and kickstarted the Friday the 13th game.
Yeah.
And in the Kickstarter, I paid to get the counselor outfits and the Savini Jason. And they're like, well, we don't see the Savini Jason thing here for you, so you're not getting it.
Oh god.
And I was supposed to, and I was really bummed because I'm a big Savini fan. And then I found a link that glitch, and I got it. Another game that I have installed on my 360 that I won't uninstall because the second I uninstall it, I lose it. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World.
No, the
I have
beat 'em
that
up.
one too.
I have that one too. I got it on sale. one
Yeah,
time.
that don't get rid of it.
Wow.
So-
It's one of those games where
It's hard.
the license relapsed, and
Yeah.
once it's gone, it's gone.
And that's not. There's no physical version. of that.
Same with the
No.
Lego Lord of the Rings and Lego The Hobbit. If you
Really?
ever see those licenses are gone as well.
But you can get a physical copy of those though.
I think GameStop has pulled them off the shelves because
Really?
they're technically not allowed to sell
And
them.
eBay, and then the price of probably went up.
Yeah, so if you see those at a yard sale,
Which one is it?
the Lego
Yeah.
Hobbit
Lord of the Rings.
and
Hobbit.
Hobbit. So the Lego Hobbit came with their first 2 movies
Yeah.
with the promise of the third one on DLC,
Yeah.
and that DLC never
Oh, I'll
happened.
have to
So
be up
Lord
for
of the
it. Yeah.
Rings and the Hobbit have been were pulled, and so if you ever see those at yard sales, snatch them.
That's crazy.
Yep.
So it was like when Flappy Bird got sued, and
Yeah,
it was like
remember
anybody who had it installed on their device would not delete it, and then people would sell them on eBay and be like, "We have it
Yeah,
now."
it's
so
selling
it's
for
gone.
like for $1,000.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
PlayStations
Yeah.
with PT installed go for thousands.
Really? I had that.
Yeah, but, like,
I hate
how-
it.
Way from
How does that work? Because don't you still have to be logged in?
Yeah.
If your account physically had PT and the file, because it was a free game, so it wasn't
Right.
attached to an account, it was attached just the files are on your system. As long as the files are physically there, you can still play it. So
Yeah. A new profile in your system.
Yeah, I think like new updates
Now,
now.
if you-
apparently, well,
if you wipe that system,
Right.
then you're a dick.
That's one thing. But I mean, having it under your name and buying it, even if it's a free game,
yeah,
how do you make that transfer without people just being able to be like, "Oh, I'm going to buy a bunch of shit
because
on your stuff"?
yeah, as long as it's like on your, you can make 50 profiles on your PlayStation.
So
So if you
say-
download that one game, they all have
yeah.
access to
So
it.
say if Andy,
And then just delete your profile?
yes,
Or will that
so
delete?
say if Andy sells me his PlayStation and he has Fire Pro Wrestling, which I physically own and he physically owns. It's downloaded on his system, but he
Right.
erases his profile but keeps the game installed. Once I log in and my account goes in and they showed that I've that game is physically on that system for it, just and I have the rights to that game as well, it just clicks over.
Yeah, like I bought a used PS3 that's backwards compatible to play 1 and 2 games. Right?
Yeah.
That guy had Ace Combat 6 downloaded, run his profile, but because it went to the system, when I upload my profile, so I get the trophies, I have Ace Combat 6.
Okay.
Yeah.
oh, wow.
The only thing I don't think the PT would work is if you created a brand new file,
Yeah.
a brand new account, and you physically never added PT to your game library, it wouldn't work. But since it's technically in your game library and the files are there, you are able to play it.
I see.
Yeah.
But Ultimate Light's too fun. It is dumbed down from
Yeah.
1 because you don't get stuff to equip, and you only get your 4 powers, and that's it. Whereas there, when you get, I think 10, you can switch
Yeah.
them in and out. And the fusions are called something different, and it's a little bit. It's streamlined, kind of like Mass Effect 2 from what was in 1.
Yeah.
But it's still fun. I'm gonna beat it. It's Civil War, so you get to play Captain America and Iron Man sides. I'm doing Iron Man's first, and I'm gonna play through his Cap, and
Nice.
just try and level everyone to get as many trophies as I can.
Yeah.
The online ones I'm probably not gonna get, and then there's like just co-op ones, which like who's gonna play it with me? So
Bring it over. We'll
yeah,
get
I wonder if I guess the local thing will work.
Mhm.
It's fun.
That's a fun game. I'm excited for part 3 on the Switch.
I know. I think. Who do you think is gonna be like if you had to guess characters?
Well-
Obviously, Captain Marvel is announced. I would say Guardians of the Galaxy, all of
Yep.
them.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the main one. So Gamora, Star Lord,
You're gonna
Drax.
see a lot.
Rocket.
I think
Definitely
the
Rocket
with all the
entire
rights,
movie
yeah.
series.
Yeah.
Like everyone from the movies
Black
you're gonna see.
Panther.
No, it's only gonna be half of them.
Yeah.
But I don't think you'll see X-Men.
No, they got X-Men. So
Did they?
Yeah.
But do you
remember?
think they're already in the game? Do you think there'll be a DLC?
No, I think they're in it because I think Wolverine is
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd like to
Because
see.
the video game system was that licensing was different.
Okay. I'd like to see Black Panther in it.
He's
I'd
like
like to
100%.
see.
He's gonna be
I'd
Spider-Man.
like to see Ant-Man,
Oh yeah, man, could be it.
Daredevil,
Yep, Daredevil's been all of them so far.
Punisher.
I would like Punisher's not been in any.
Yeah.
It'd be
Punisher
cool
would
if
be cool.
I would say all the Defenders. Jessica Jones will probably be in it.
Yeah. Get some cool characters that just recently got some limelight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Wasp, but that I don't know if you get it.
Here's a great one out there. X-23.
Yeah, maybe because she was in Marvel's
they'll
Capcom
probably
3.
add her in.
Yeah.
And probably maybe like the stock Avengers, like Hulk, Thor,
Yeah.
Iron Man, Captain.
So who's
America.
X-23?
That is the girl Wolverine.
It's a clone
That's-
of Wolverine that's a female,
Yeah,
Is that his
it's
daughter?
technically Wolverine's
Technically,
daughter.
but it's
yeah.
a clone.
So that was the one that was in
Marvel's
Wolverine?
Yeah, the little girl.
Yeah.
Logan.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Or Logan, yeah.
So in the comics, she's like fully grown. Well, she's like I don't know, 20, let's say.
Like in her mid-20s.
Same powers, but she has 2 claws and she has one on her foot.
Like-
I don't. Did she have the one on her foot in the movie?
Yes.
I think she had it,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yep.
Because she did some kind of weird flip in it. Like,
Yeah.
And she put it through the
Spiked
guy's
somebody, yeah.
chin. So what have you been playing?
I haven't been playing anything.
Whoa.
Okay. Oh, you've been in.
Well, he's a household.
He's in house mode now.
In a way, yeah. But I've only been watching.
Ben's whole
stuff.
life has changed this past couple weeks.
It's just been fucking shitty. I'm not gonna
No,
lie.
that's-
but
I mean,
point-
not shitty.
not
but
shitty, but just
busy.
hectic.
Yeah.
But point being, though, I do have something in regards to video games. Since we were talking about Elder Scrolls,
Mm-hmm.
found out that there's a brewery that actually, and this is a Bang and Beers plug too, Elder Scrolls beer
Yeah. They're doing.
What
for
is
their 25th anniversary.
Is there only one or is there several?
There's 3.
There's 3.
So
One of them's been announced as a Goza with dragonberry and raspberries.
Oh,
very
is-
blood.
would that be called the Dovahkiin or whatever?
No, this one's the blood.
It was like
the
some-
Blood Mary or Blood.
It's
like
something.
it's the
It's something
woman.
with blood, and it's like
Oh,
actually
the
shows like the
assassin's
like
Yes.
the graphics for it too. Like
that was
it's
the
actually
coolest
from the
looking
game.
armor. The assassin when you get the final assassins,
Mhm.
but it wasn't that good.
But yeah, they didn't release the other 2. So
I would say one has to be a dragon theme, and
it
then
should be
maybe
just be an
one's-
imperial. You know what I mean?
what's the
And then-
Khajiit or something?
Oh, the
Yeah, the cat
the
people.
cat people.
I forget-
Yeah.
What are the lizard people? Not Ixar. That's
Oh,
EverQuest.
I
Oh my
forgot,
god.
yeah. So
Not
they can
sure.
breathe underwater.
Slithane? No, that's no.
But I've been only really watching stuff. Like I said, I've been only watching on my PS4, but I've been watching Love, Death, and Robots. It's at 18, like it's like that mini series. It's kind of like basing off of the Matrix, like how they do like different art styles.
Mhm.
Some of the 3D animation is awesome in
Yeah.
that, and like some of the stuff is like off the wall. Like the first episode, I was telling Tony,
Fell asleep.
he's like,
No.
done. Fuck. I was like, forget. I'm like, I watched the first episode. And it was pretty wild how they did that. Like it was a twist, and it's pretty gory.
Hmm.
It's
It's anime, right?
It's the well, no, it's they do 3D animation and they do like kiddie animation. And they do it like 2D
It's like it's
style.
kind of like Pixar.
Oh, so
Yeah, it's like they
is it
do
like-
a whole. So if
like,
you ever
see
watch like
Spider-Verse?
the
I was gonna say,
like
it's
if you watch
Spider-Verse?
like Halo Legends or the Animatrix
Oh, okay.
or any of those
Yeah.
series where they get like a whole bunch of studios doing different stuff, that's what Love, Death, and Robots is actually. Like.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, it's cool. I didn't get the chance to watch all of them, but
Yeah.
so far so good.
Mhm.
So
Anything you've been watching?
No, not really. Just Spider-Verse. That's all I watched. So movie-wise,
What'd you think of it?
I thought it was good. I liked it. I thought the beginning maybe a little slow. I was like, come on, Miles, just become Spider-Man already.
Yeah.
But then once
You have to
Spider-Man
go-
comes over,
It's not the whole backstory, is it?
No.
no.
Thank
They
God.
like cut forward. They're like, So you know the story. We don't need to tell it
Yeah.
again. Like they do that over and over again. Like, yeah, you know it.
Yeah. But it takes
Now,
a
you
little
said
bit.
that. Now,
Yeah,
if
pretty
you're
much.
like, here's Miles Morales, here's his backstory, I'm cool with that. Because not many people know Miles Morales. Like, here's my thing. Like, if you're gonna make two characters in a movie again, you don't ever need to do their backstories ever again.
Yeah.
And that's Batman and Spider-Man.
Yeah.
You
But I like it.
it's been
I like it.
like,
I don't
Oh
think
my
like you never have to do
God,
Batman ever
no.
again. Maybe in 50 years.
yeah. I just feel like
Yeah.
those are the only two heroes. I literally.
I'm
could
not
be
saying
like,
make half the movie about
Yeah.
it.
Reboot
But, like,
after reboot after reboot.
A 5-10
Screw that
minute
up.
thing.
I don't
like,
mind how in Batman vs Superman they did it during the opening credits.
Yeah, it was a real quick thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like bang pearls. Like
They-
I thought that
they
was,
don't
See,
take-
something like that. I'm okay. with.
Yeah.
yeah.
All right,
But to
fair
just
enough.
not
Move
have
on.
it?
Mhm.
They kind of it's just a little slow until Miles gets going, but then he's Spider-Man. It's like okay, well he's not Spider-Man, but he's like.
Who is your favorite Spider-Man? Are you a Parker? or-
Yeah,
You're a Parker
yeah.
guy?
I mean, Miles Morales was good. His first run, I didn't read, but then I read another one because Bendis wrote like him for like years and years.
Yeah.
It's really good. I do like Spider-Gwen. I also like Silk, the Cindy Moon who was trapped in a thing, and it's hard to get into, but
Yeah.
I like her. And then who was there's Kane. When they did the whole clone thing, there's
Mhm.
Ben Riley, but he died and then came back. But
Spider-Man 20.
Yeah, that's
No,
Miguel
O'Hara,
no,
2099.
Scarlet Spider.
Scarlet Spider was Ben Riley, but then Kane becomes Scarlet Spider and can have these things come out. And that was a good series.
Yeah.
It ran for like 25
Then
issues.
Dr. Octopus becomes Spider-Man.
Yeah, that's Superior Spider. That's fantastic.
What?
It's a weird thing. Like they ended the original run.
Yeah,
Of, like,
Amazing
for
Spider-Man.
700. Yeah, Amazing Spider-Man 700. It happens, and basically Doc Ock and Spider-Man actually switch.
Yeah, Doc Ock was dying, and he figured out a way to put his mind in Peter Parker's body and
and
lock
he
and
kills
him
Peter
in
Parker
his
that
own
way.
head.
What?
He put
Yeah.
he put his mind in, or he took his mind and put it in Peter Parker's body, and then put Peter Parker's in Dr. Ock, and then killed Peter Parker as Dr. Octopus.
Yeah, but then Peter's like soul goes back into his head. Then, but there's this whole thing called Superior Spider-Man because Doc Ock's trying to be a good guy. He's the Superior Spider-Man, and it went for like 25 issues. It's really good.
And it's really cool because like
And spoiler,
Doc Ock
Peter
is just
comes
like
back.
realizing how strong Peter Parker was way back when, because the first fight that he's in, it's like with Scorpion, and he rails Scorpion. He almost like kills him.
And
He's
it's
like, "Oh my god, I didn't realize how strong I was because of his body." And
Yeah.
he's like, Peter's been holding out this whole entire time. He's like, he's scared by this.
And he beats the shit out of Black Cat, and then she becomes like evil, and then like she really wants to kill Spider-Man. Then
Wow.
it's a good run. I actually have a double of it. I'm trying to get rid of the run because I got it from my own friend.
The whole run?
Yeah.
Oh.
But it was real good. And then Peter comes back. And then they made him like Iron Man, where Peter's like a rich industrialist. Like,
Yeah,
I dropped off and
millionaire.
like
Yeah.
and now he's back to normal. But I'm not reading it. But I'm reading Spider-Gwen. So
I
I
think-
like that.
I mean, I just don't really. I mean, yeah, it started off, with a new series, but I think they just goof up on that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It's just, I mean, it's really easy. I mean, you have such established characters back in the '60s and all, and this is where like all the comic nerds really like come about, and people are like, "Oh, that's terrible because you're not open to change." It's like the thing is, it's just been there since the '60s, and you
we have
follow it.
We have
all-
Iron Man. I don't want Spider-Man
Yeah.
acting like Iron Man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and yeah.
Anything you've watched lately?
I've watched a ton of stuff.
What do you got?
So, first off, Ash vs. Evil Dead season 3 I watched.
Is it
You're
your
like-
first
You're
time?
like fading on us. Your eyes are closing.
Dude, it's been a long day.
You look like you're high as shit.
I
He's
am not
high.
on anything like except Dunkin' Donuts coffee.
No,
That's it.
you need another one.
You're petering off.
He is. He's
Um,
like, you're making me tired
but-
looking at you.
Ash vs. Evil Dead season 3 was awesome. Then it got canceled.
Yeah.
And now knowing this and watching it after the fact that it got canceled, at the very end, they introduced a brand new character and was like, well, where are these other characters? And they're like, oh, we're going to go to them.
Yeah.
And it ends that way forever.
But at least it's kind of like a happy ending, though. Like,
I mean, I guess, but like, I sat there for 3 seasons
yeah,
for
it's like-
that to be the ending,
yeah.
where it just, I don't know, it blew my mind.
I think people should get really pissed and be like, Bruce, you gotta wrap it up. 4 done.
I think
Well,
they could
you gotta
cast
know
a younger guy. I mean, yeah. I mean, I was
Wrap it up with Bruce Campbell. Like at least do like maybe like do like a whole like I don't know. Well, Tengen Toppo Gurren Lagann kill the guy on the 8th episode. I'm not saying who, but and then continue it from there, just to make things a lot easier.
Honestly, I think that anytime, and this is with any show, that if there's even the slightest chance that you're going to get canceled, make a special episode that if you don't get canceled, great. You can put it on a Blu-ray somewhere as the deleted alternate ending if it were to come.
Yeah.
So that at least there's some kind of closure in some sense. Or like you can delete so that we never see this character.
Yeah.
He can just wake up or whatever happens at the end and like goes out into this different world. I'm okay with that. But I would rather have that safety net. At least if I was making a TV show and I invested all this time and I knew fans invested this time, that I'd want them to have an ending if possible.
Yeah.
And I mean, I understand how like studios and stuff, things get canceled, and I understand, but
then he said he didn't want to do it anymore. It's like,
right. But he did spoil a video game.
Yeah.
In that interview, so
which I hope it comes out. I hope it's good.
Yeah, I do too.
Like Fistful Boomstick and Regeneration. They're both good games.
Yeah.
Hell's Game, not so much. That was on Dreamcast.
Those are games I really wanted to try out.
Did you ever play them?
Evil Dead, no.
Oh, they're
never
fun.
played them. I always see them at the Bloomsburg store.
they're
That
not
Main
much.
Street Video Games and
Like,
more.
play 20
Let's look
bucks.
quick.
You want to talk about anything else you watched?
I did watch Bumblebee.
You know, it looked really good because they all look like their 80s style.
I did enjoy it. However, in the beginning, I mean, it just could be like me being a pain in the butt when it comes to CGI. But I feel like because they made them look more cartoony, it didn't look as real
Okay.
in certain spots. So that's where I was like, but the movie overall was pretty cool. From coming to see you wrestle, I was like,
John Cena.
some of these fights
I like wrestling.
are clearly adapted from wrestling moves.
That's cool.
Like Bumblebee at one point throws his legs around somebody's head and like flips them and stuff. And I'm like, there's no way that this is not a wrestling
that's pretty
thing.
cool.
Like,
does Bumblebee talk at all in it? Because
he
it's a prequel.
does shortly in the beginning,
Yeah.
and then his vocal cords get
Oh.
shot.
Yeah.
That doesn't spoil, I think, because obviously he didn't talk in all the movies.
So, and then he gets his little radio thing. So
That's
he's
cool.
like, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Is it a prequel or is it kind of like a reboot?
I think it's a prequel.
It's a prequel because
because he's
forget-
actually
Prequel
a
reboot.
Volkswagen.
Yeah.
He's actually a Volkswagen Beetle versus the Camaro.
Oh.
Yeah.
Which I didn't mind too much.
I remember.
Yeah.
Nickel Bud.
But, you know, the first Transformers, fantastic. Second,
yeah.
and then from there,
Transformers, robots in the sky.
Yeah, one more last
I think you said something else.
movie news.
yeah, that's what I'm looking.
It's right there.
Young Sheldon.
Yeah.
Young Sheldon,
Yes.
season 2.
I did watch season 2. That's not what I thought. There was something else besides that I was going to swap in instead of that.
Oh, okay.
But I'm actually a really big fan of it. Like I walked away from Big Bang.
Oh yeah, I can't stand it.
I never watched
But
that.
I can't stand it.
I really like the story of Young Sheldon.
Some people say they really like it. Yeah.
And I'm really impressed with their casting choice. I don't know if I've ever talked about this or not, but the lady who plays Sheldon's mom on Big Bang, they actually, for Young Sheldon, got her daughter to play his
how
mom.
about so she kind
wow.
of looks like it? That's
So
cool.
she acts and looks and sounds just
Laurie
like her
Metcalf's
mom.
daughter,
That's
and stuff.
cool.
That's pretty
So
cool.
Yeah.
I really liked that deep dive casting search to be like, oh, well, we can
Yeah.
And if you
do
didn't
this.
know
That's
who
smart casting.
the person Laurie Metcalf, she's also in the original Roseanne. She's also in
Yes.
the Connors then too. So
Yeah.
she's kind of like a segue, so people can relate
Mhm.
what she's in. So, who's Laurie Metcalf? What
Yeah.
was she in? Like, there you
So
go.
while I'm talking about movies, I might as well bring this up. So last week, Larry Cohen died at 77. He brought us movies like It's Alive and The Stuff. I was a huge fan of The Stuff. It's like a B-rated horror movie kind of thing.
Yeah,
But
I'm not familiar with it.
what I really love about it is his tactic to sell the movie. So basically what goes on in this movie is these guys find this like white goo in the earth, and they decide that for whatever reason they bend over and eat it, and they're like, this tastes fantastic. Let's bottle it and sell it.
Oh, okay.
So he decided that instead of promoting it with a movie trailer, he was going to make commercials for this product called The Stuff,
Yeah.
and have people come into like grocery stores and be like, where's this product? Like, we're so excited about it. And then when it actually came out, it was a movie.
That's kind of cool.
And like he wanted to have it at like
Could you imagine if like
at movie theaters to sell like containers that said the stuff?
So could you imagine just like if they had this technology, not technology, but like a ability like Fluffernutter. Like Fluffernutter takes
That's basically what it looks like.
Okay.
You let it go for like 10, 15 years, and Fluffernutter becomes a household thing. And then you're like, oh, by the way, Fluffernutter came from the earth, and it's now a horror movie, and it's going to kill everyone.
Yeah. But I just thought that the technique of trying to sell your product was so different and off the rail. Like,
yeah, I never heard of that. That's cool.
I highly recommend that movie.
What was the other one?
It's called The Stuff.
No, what's the other one?
Oh, It's Alive. Yes.
I don't know that
I haven't seen that one, but I do know him from The Stuff.
That's cool.
Yeah, so I just want to cover some video game stuff quick. Let me see. I was
gonna say I like horror movies when they don't take themselves seriously.
Yes, actually, real
like
quick,
House 1 and 2.
Yeah, so
and 4.
The only things I watched is I watched The Dirt, the Motley Crue movie. Awesome. There is some inconsistencies in there. They do jump around a lot. They don't talk about Tommy Lee leaving the band for a while.
Do they even get up to that point?
They do.
Oh wow.
So they take like a good section of the 90s and just act like it never happened. They talk about Tommy Lee and Heather Locklear, but don't talk about Pam at all.
Oh wow.
No Pam, no Tommy quitting, no, like there's a lot of stuff.
Do they even talk about the girl joining the band, drumming, Samantha Maloney?
Nope.
Her name was?
And the drummer who took over and then died?
Yeah.
Never, none of that.
The new Tattoo CD never came out?
Nope. Yep, none of that ever happened. So there's a lot of stuff in the movie they don't talk about. They focus more on the band. They talk about obviously a lot of Nikki Sixx. They talk about a lot with Mars, which
it's sad he got that disease.
I relate heavily to that because like the entire time they're all just like doing his thing and he just like he wants to party, but his body just
when I seen them at it was called the Maximum Rock Tours, then Megadeth and Anthrax, and he was just kind of like
he can't move his neck. He's literally fused. He can't move.
Oh.
It sucks. Yeah. They go into how I'm having a brain fart. Singer Vince Neil and his lost his daughter to cancer, and then Tommy's relationship, and then kind of the band falling apart and then getting back together. Brief singer change, and then that didn't last very long in the movie. So they kind of take stuff and skim over it really fast. But I mean, as a movie, it was done very well. I enjoyed it. I definitely recommend it.
A lot of people are saying it's good.
Machine Gun Kelly, the rapper, did
the local band.
He did a great job as Tommy Lee.
Wow.
And he got all of his tattoos airbrushed, covered up, and then got Tommy's tattoos. It was a really good movie.
Do you remember when Kevin Owens powerbombed him off the stage?
Yeah. Very good movie. I'm very impressed with it. And then I just started watching The Last OG on Netflix.
Oh, that's what Tracy Morgan is.
Tracy Morgan's new
Tracy
show.
Morgan.
It's hilarious. So Tracy Morgan is in love with this girl, the love of his life. He gets the call because he's a drug dealer in Brooklyn.
I like it already.
In Brooklyn, he goes outside to sell some crack, and he's set up. And he refuses to snitch on the guy who set him up, and he goes to jail for 15 years. No contact with anybody. Comes back out of jail and goes back to Brooklyn, and he's like, "I'm back in the hood," and Brooklyn's completely hipster now.
Oh God,
completely
it's
hipster.
been gentrified.
Yes, exactly. And he's just like living in a halfway house, and then he goes and finds out his love of his life is married to a white dude. And she's like a big deal in the community, like a huge reason the community has changed, and she's doing really well for herself. And then he finds out he has 2 kids, that she was pregnant, and now he has 2 kids, and he's slowly getting back. Like, it's hilarious. It's really, really funny.
I wonder who writes that. I wonder if that's like, that sounds like kind of like the Tina Fey thing, like the 30 Rock vibe.
Yeah.
And then
it's done
about Kimmy Schmidt.
Done very well. It's a funny show. And I love Tracy Morgan, so I'll watch that all day long.
OG. And it's on Netflix?
Yeah. Yep, The Last OG.
Nice.
So some quick video game news. Apple Arcade just announced they're going to be doing a little bit of like a Apple video game service.
I'll buy it. Give me a system.
I don't know if it's so much a system or if it's just.
It looks like it's a streaming device. Oh no, that's the Apple one. What's the other one? The streaming device with a controller.
Google.
Yeah, Google.
I think Apple's going to do something very similar to that. I think a lot of companies.
Except a lot more expensive.
Maybe. I think a lot more companies are going into we'll just sell you a controller and it'll be like an app and you can play it everywhere.
Yeah.
Xbox is looking to do it. PlayStation's looking to do it. Nintendo doesn't say anything about it yet, but there's also rumors that Nintendo and Xbox might be playing nice, so you might see it there. Iron Man VR announced for PlayStation.
Yeah, I was so bummed when it said it's a new Iron Man game. Like, yes, and then the CVR, I was like, oh,
Yep.
But I think I said it might be fun.
Well, like I think it'd be really cool. Like we were talking earlier before we started, that like if you were inside his helmet and you could see all the stuff, and like
That's
that
what they're
was
probably
like a
driving at.
VR
First
game,
person.
yeah, that would be incredible.
They're gonna probably drive for that. Maybe.
Yeah. Big kind of a teaser, but kind of big news if you're a fan of it. Borderlands is coming back.
Yeah, it said Borderlands 3. I played 1 and 2.
Love Borderlands.
I liked the first one. I thought the ending was like, oh, you got me.
Yeah.
And then 2 I didn't beat. And I didn't
Yeah.
play the prequel.
Another cool one that should be a big one for Andy here. Announced yesterday, a brand new game, part 4 of a game. Where Andy? Where are you located when it comes to your wrestling persona? Where do you hail out of?
Oh, Streets of Rage 4. It looks fantastic.
Streets
And
of Rage
it's
4.
Axel and what's the guy's name?
Blaze.
No, Axel and Blaze. Blaze is the girl's name. Yeah, and it looks really good. I'm downloading that as soon as it.
And you
comes
know
out.
what?
Day
Like
one.
that Lizard Cube, they did Wonder Boy very well. They
Yeah.
actually did a remake of Wonder Boy. I think it's like
It's on the Switch. Yeah.
It was like I think 3 or 4, and what you could do, you could alternate between their version and the original version pixelated.
I think what they
so that's why I'm not like counting it out, because they might end up doing like not only that smooth animation style,
the
they
classic.
could switch over.
Well, I think like when you beat it, you unlock the rule or the
That would be
hackers, and you're gonna
wicked.
unlock original Streets of Rage 1.
Oh, that'd be cool. I would love to see that pixelated. If they put that time into it, that just makes
I think so. Because
them.
why not? Because like the file amount for 1, 2, and 3 is it's not even half a gig. You know?
Well, don't forget we have a lot of technology where we have a lot of more memory than 2. They can really
why
take
not
off and run.
beat
with
the
it.
game with Axel, unlock Streets of Rage 1. Beat it with Blaze, unlock Streets of Rage 2. You know?
Beat it with all characters on
Yeah.
hard difficulty. Get
Yeah.
the remake of Streets of Rage 4, but pixel mode.
Or you know, beat the in such a time, unlock the guy with the metal arms whose name I forget.
Yeah.
I love side scrolling beat 'em ups.
But let's talk about the streaming thing real quick, because it seems like it's going to be the future video game. Now, Xbox has openly said it's not the end of the console for them. It's going to be an option or an affordable option, but not everyone in the country has good internet service.
Yeah, some people don't hook their internet up.
Yeah, so it's for me personally. If you tell me, all right, I pay for Xbox Live. Now your Xbox, let's just say it's like Xbox Go Anywhere, I think is what they're going to call it. That carries over to now. They said that if I would have my phone and I can prop my phone up, which is a nice resolution screen for a phone, and I can just take an Xbox controller with me and it'll sync to my phone, and I have a decent enough internet connection that I can party chat, plug my headset in, and party chat and listen and talk to my friends and still play Xbox. And I don't need a console.
Yeah.
If it doesn't lag, I'm cool with it. You know, because you're like, I think it's a cool idea.
I'm for it, but I would never use it because I like play video games when I'm sitting down at my house.
Yeah.
And if I'm on vacation, I'll just take my system.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's cool.
But if I go on vacation, I may lean more towards just
because
bringing
then you don't have to
exactly to bring it. I would look at that route, or like if I'm traveling in a car, depending on how much data it would take up, I would play a game like that.
Yeah, I mean, it would probably kill your battery life.
I'll kill it.
Yeah.
Hammer it. But yeah,
10 minutes later.
Yeah.
Another quick thing I wanted to bring up. Supposedly Nintendo has not one, but 2 new Switches that will be coming this year.
Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. If they're going to make it bigger or
so
different colors.
So the one's supposed to be a smaller, sleeker, slimmer version. This is all rumor.
Which it's fine the way it is.
Yeah.
I don't need a smaller Switch.
And the other one is going to be a more performance enhanced style Switch.
Like Xbox One X
Yep.
and then PS Pro.
Man.
It'll have more processing, maybe a little bigger.
I feel like if they're going to change the size, keep the screen the same, but those Joy-Cons a little bigger.
Okay, yeah, because especially if you do it sideways, I don't like them.
Yeah.
The Pro controller is fantastic.
Yeah.
Though. That's
awesome.
one of the best controllers there is.
And honestly, I always have a problem with Nintendo.
One other thing I want them to adjust with the system. Take the headphone jack and put it on top so I can kickstand my system, plug headphones in.
Oh, I never noticed that.
Actually, no, the headphones are on top. take the charging
Oh,
port
that's
and
on the
put
bottom.
that on top. So then I can
Or on the
charge
back.
or the back, so I can kickstand and charge and play.
Yeah, that's the way to go. And like you guys probably know, like my gripe with Nintendo. I'm not really shitting on them. I'm a Nintendo guy since I've been, gaming, but they're always doing this shit where they always change something up or they re-release a new system when they really should just be doing, okay, I don't care. We don't care if it's going to take another 6 months, but we're going to put out the best system that you can actually do. Because if you ever see the Nintendo DSs,
there's 10 of them.
There's like 10 of them, and it's like, oh my god, and you're like flipping out. Like I only collect like limited edition series ones. It's like I have a Persona one, like a Shin Megami Tensei Persona one, and I have a Legend of Zelda one, like multiples of those, different styles. And it's just like, oh my god, Nintendo, get your shit together.
So
you know what I mean?
Just make games.
Make games. Make your best system that you can make. Make your games rock and roll. Done.
Yeah.
That's just me.
I don't think that they need to do it in the Switch already.
Yeah, and that's way too soon, and especially it's been out for
2 years.
2 years.
Yeah.
That's way too soon.
I disagree.
Like maybe third year.
Normally 2 years is when the Xbox and the PlayStation will make their slim versions.
No, they should up the memory because the memory is pretty small in it. That's one thing.
Up the memory, make it so you can put better processing, so you can make party chat better, and this makes smaller tweaks that maybe were oversights because you have a huge player base now playing your system.
I think you should be able to put a picture for your background and
another big thing too is when people were docking their systems, they were scratching the shit out of their screens.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
You know what? That was even with the Wii U even too, because literally you got the system out and it was all covered with the foam wrapping. You literally put your fingertip on it, it was scuffed. That's how bad it was. I'm like, oh my god, I can't even touch the system. I have to get literally rubber gloves to handle my system.
I never touched
it. It was bad. I'm like, wow, why did you do this, Nintendo?
Yeah,
I thought it was.
I had a conniption. I'm like,
Nintendo also just came out with the new Yoshi game.
Really?
New Yoshi game just came out.
Is it downloadable?
Yeah. Yep. The wool.
Oh, the yarn. Yoshi's yarn
world.
Oh yeah, because the Kirby has a yarn game,
mm-hmm.
and then this is a wool game.
Woolly world.
It's Kirby yarn, so all the graphics are maybe pieces of yarn.
But it's like
I saw the Yoshi the amiibos. Of them that are like yarn. I didn't know there was Kirby stuff.
Yeah, that game's out. I wanted to get it, but I never played it. Yeah. It plays like Kirby, but it's all with yarn.
Yeah, in the chat, it's completely cool if you're putting conversation in the chat. We'll definitely read into them and talk with you.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I'll bring it to you guys. But no, you're definitely not being a burden. We enjoy the conversation. Keep it going. If there's anything you want us to talk about or something that's in the news with movies, television. Ask us about it. We'll give our opinion. If we don't know about it, maybe we'll look into it. And we'll talk about it next episode.
Yeah, fire away.
So the Yoshi game is actually a thing too, where it's a 2D game, but when you walk into a building, the camera angle then changes, so it's another perspective.
Paper Mario.
Yeah,
Paper Mario.
Okay,
it's like a different perspective of the world, which
that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't
know
that
is this
came
for
out.
the Switch?
Yep.
And is Kirby the Switch as well?
Yeah, Kirby's that is out. It's called Kirby's Epic Yarn.
Yep.
Okay.
And this is like Yoshi's
I love
wool
Kirby,
store.
so-
Yeah, me too.
And
I bought the new one, which is like 4 people, but I only played a little bit because I got it on Black Friday.
And the fun thing
I haven't
about
touched that one yet, though.
It's fun. It's Kirby.
Yeah.
And the fun thing about Kirby games, they are highly collectible. Nintendo actually releases so many of those units, just games in general, to the public. So usually Kirby games go for.
I played the shit out of 1 and 2 for
other
Game
ones
Boy
that
when I
go
was
million
younger.
seller and all that too. Fun fact: make sure you pick up your Kirby.
Yeah,
Yoshi's Crafted World.
Okay.
Kirby what?
Crafted World.
Yeah.
Make sure you pick up your Kirby copies or whatever games. So I picked up Planet Robobot when it came out, and that was a pretty cool one.
Yeah.
The only thing that I had a gripe with, I wish they would have had more boss battles with your actual mechanized suit and did a little bit more with that. But it was still a fun platformer. You can unlock Meta Knight time attack mode, which is pretty cool.
That's cool.
I actually was really excited about that game, and it was the first game in a long time that I picked up and I was like, I just couldn't stop. And I beat the game and I was like, it's a miracle if I beat the game.
And they're fun games too. Kirby games, you walk away happy. You're like, I like that game.
So you always fight that the tree that spits apples in the first level, no matter what.
Wispy Woods, yeah.
So here's a question for you.
Oh,
guys.
Kirby Cafe. There's a Kirby Cafe in
Really?
Japan. Yeah.
Oh,
And they do like some really cool stuff. Like Wispy Woods is like there's like they make like dishes and stuff, and like they
Do you have
put
to suck
back.
them up?
What's that?
Do you have to suck them up?
But Kirby it's like a white dish, and you could put like a baguette in it then too. It's like really wild. It's like you take the food out of Kirby's mouth.
So if you were to watch every Marvel movie that's part of this universe
For $1,000?
Yeah.
Is that what we're talking about?
No. If you were to watch every
I can't
Marvel
do it.
movie from, well, we'll say what Iron Man is. It Iron Man 1? Iron Man.
yeah, this is the
From
first one.
Iron Man all the way up till the most
Captain Marvel.
recent, which would be Captain Marvel. How long would it take you?
Too long.
Oh my god.
I
Give
don't
me,
know.
give me a day, an hour, minute.
I thought they posted. They said it was 40 hours, but
I'm not sure.
it can't. How many movies is there? 20, 32?
I think it's
or
close to
something?
like 2 days.
Okay. So
I just
are you going
know-
with 2 days?
I'm
They were-
thinking that because I did read
They're all-
up on something about that. I think it might be 46 hours, 2 hours shy of 48 hours.
If you average them out, they're about 2 hours. So there's
Okay.
like 1, 2,
Hmm.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 20. Yeah, 60.
You know what? They
65
should
hours?
make that challenge worthwhile. Put the Blade movies
Oh,
on,
God.
put those ones.
So do you have a guess?
I forget who it was though. I think it was Marvel. They're paying people $1,000.
Yeah,
or whatever. Like if you get picked, they're like you send in like an essay kind of thing, like why you should be picked to do this, and you watch all the movies and they pay you.
Do you have a guess? Hour?
I don't know.
I'm gonna go 65.
It's like Thawne. Like
So if someone got a price is
State
right, you say
Thawne,
64.
all right, we're gonna blast through all these
So-
movies.
I'll say the 3 days.
So it is going at the exact time it would take is 1 day,
Mm-hmm.
23 hours, 52 minutes.
20. I would think it'd be more.
Can you take breaks?
So
Or you just have
who
to
was
watch
who was the
23
closest
hours?
then?
So you said close to 2 days.
I said like
That can't be
46
right.
hours.
That can't be right. Because you think like Captain America, there's 6 hours right there.
It's
That's
according,
3 movies.
according to this article, say one day, 23 hours,
And then add
52
Iron Man,
minutes.
There's
So
6
it's
more
off
hours.
by-
There's 12
I was roughly
hours.
about off and out, like
That can't
2
be
hours.
right. Yeah, because 12 hours is between 3 Captain America movies and 3 Iron Man movies. And then you
Don't
want to throw
forget
3
you
Thor
have the
movies.
Avengers
Yeah.
that go on
Let's
for a
add-
little bit longer, and
Yeah.
then not
Yeah.
including post credit scene. Well,
Well, does
if
that
they're
count?
including
Doctor
post-credit
Strange
scene-
did 2 hours. Ant-Man 2 hours. Captain Marvel 2.5 or 2:20.
Are we doing full run times though? Does that count, or is it just as soon as the movie ends?
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's
Ooh,
a real
yeah,
question. We should be.
That's a good.
You don't have to
question,
count credits.
That's a real good question to ask Marvel. Be like,
get on the cat.
hey Marvel, what the hell?
Yeah.
Full run times? Like what?
No, that's the loophole in it. They're actually like you could just watch the
So
trailer.
6 plus 6. I'm averaging them out. 12 hours just Captain America and Iron Man. Then you want to say, let's say all the Thor movies are 2 hours. So that's plus another 6. Okay, that's 18 hours right there. Now let's say 3 Avengers movies. So that's
They're about 2 hours long.
Now we're at 24 hours there. I still didn't do Ant-Man, Doctor Strange, Black Panther, Spider-Man 1, Spider-Man 2.
I think the list is here. Let's pull up the list.
Yeah,
I
they
don't know if
have
they're
a whole
counting
Guardians of
Spider-Man
the
2,
Galaxy.
because it's not.
So
out
this says
Oh, yeah,
Iron
that's
Man, Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor,
yet. You lost it.
Captain America: First Avenger, Avengers, Iron Man 3, Thor: Dark World, Captain America: Winter Soldier, Guardians of the Galaxy, Age of Ultron, Ant-Man, Civil War, Doctor Strange, Guardians 2, Spider-Man: Homecoming, Thor: Ragnarok, Black Panther, Infinity War, Ant-Man: Wasp, Captain Marvel, Avengers: Endgame. They're even throwing that in there too.
Wow.
So Iron Man was
21 films. If they're 2 hours apiece, that's
Well,
63 hours.
Endgame apparently is going to be 3.
Don't
Yeah.
forget there's some
Just
of them
inside.
that just
Some
start
are an
off.
hour and a
They're
half.
about an hour and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that would still put it over 50. Right?
That's why I said 46 hours. I'm like, you know what? I kind of sort of read. I'm like,
that's what they're saying. So
Avengers 3 was
1 day, 1 full day, 23 hours, 52 minutes.
so
Well, what's a
who's
day?
actually closer?
What do they consider a day? 'Cause
Probably 24 hours.
Is it?
24 hours.
Or is it?
Well, there,
the-
24 hours, but there's 21 movies. So that means they're all an hour and
About
5
2
minutes?
hours. About 2.
No, because that would be 48. Right?
Oh boy, they
21
gotta,
movies.
Oh my
Math,
God.
it hurts.
If 21
Oh my God.
movies,
They got to break down the hours.
yeah, if 21 movies were 2 hours apiece,
Yeah.
This is how we're
that's
going to do
42
this.
hours.
Right.
But don't forget, you also have those credit scenes. We don't know those
I guess we're
underlying
not counting
factors
that.
then too.
And that's what not counting.
Yeah, but I think the runtime includes all of it.
Yeah, it does.
So
Yeah.
They have the times
I,
on here.
I disagree with it. It would take you all day to watch 3 Avengers movies.
Yeah, it'd be like a
Because the third
full-time
one's
job.
3 hours, I think. Endgame or what was it? What was the last
So-
Avengers called?
Do they list it a day or 24-hour? Or how do they list it?
Hold on. This is 1 day, 23 hours.
So the only reason I asked this is because I learned something, and it's definitely. I mean, I knew this existed,
Yeah.
but are they doing it off of the like when the date switches over? Because it's longer than a 24-hour period for one date to go by.
Okay, I guess. So I averaged it. That means all the movies average 1 hour and 9 minutes. That ain't right.
Listen, yell at IGN, not me.
I'm calling up IGN. Do you realize how long the movies are?
Call him out. Give him a DDT.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
What are we're cruising here.
Cooking
Let's do
gas.
some.
Cooking with gasoline.
You're
This is
friggin'
good.
right.
This
Yeah.
is good stuff.
I'm calling up
We're friggin'
IGN.
right.
What do you got coming up that you want to play or want to watch? What's on your list?
All right, well, I'm going to give a throwback to Will Johnston here. I want to actually play that new From Software game,
Okay.
Kaguro
Yeah.
or Shadows Die Twice. I want to play that because it just looks really cool. It's kind of like,
Is that the Dark Souls people with the ninja game?
yes,
I seen that and I was like, nope.
yes,
I hate Dark Souls. Too hard.
Yes, well, that's why it challenges you as a gamer, and then
But
you know what ends up happening?
It's hard to be hard. It's not hard
You
to
want
be
to burn
fun.
your house
Well,
down?
I don't want to burn my house down. I like if I die, I'm like, well, I fucking goofed. You know what I mean? I goofed. I gotta not go right at it because you're weak and you gotta
There's
think
like-
creatively.
There's no map.
You gotta be-
It's brutal.
Sometimes you
It's
gotta
just
be
not-
cheap. Sometimes you gotta be a little bit more brash and dashing, and it just
would be
makes
like
everything happen.
work-
Makes you a better
work-
gamer, Andy
See,
Hammer.
I disagree. It'd be like working in a coal mine
Bull crap.
and the job sucks and you get $12 an hour.
But
but
you're
then-
not in a coal mine.
But you
You're
can go
playing
get a
games.
job that's at a grocery store that's easy for $12 an hour.
You're playing games though, Andy. Come on, bull crap. Bull crap.
I don't look forward to it.
What was the medieval monsters? Bloodstorm?
Bloody
Bloodborne?
Valentine.
Bloodborne, yeah.
Bloodborne.
I like that one too. That's a wild one. Because like you kind of have like a method of the madness then too. Like once you it's like the old school, like, all right, I gotta mentally memorize what's going on, like kind of like Contra
Yeah.
or like
But some of them
Splatterhouse.
older games, they were hard just because they didn't understand
Well,
how to make a
exactly.
game.
And that's why you had to you kind of had to learn what was going on. You can't just assume, all right, I gotta blast through this level. I mean, yeah, you can do that eventually when you learn the game, but point being, no, like that's really the whole thing about gaming in general, and that's why people get like so irritated about how newer games are so easy
Well, they are
or
a lot
whatever.
easier. Like, I don't mind a hard game, but I don't like it
No.
when it's hard to be hard, and that's the other reason.
Yeah,
Like,
But it just
especially like
chisels you out
when they
you know?
do a remaster or something and they make it extra hard
yeah,
just because they're like, there's no way that was this hard.
yeah.
like-
and there's like some
Alright.
Japanese guy that spends his whole life.
All right,
just
so
beating
like
that,
I'll give you a couple examples then
Contra
too.
4.
So like I think I played like hardcore difficulty in Gears of War,
Oh.
and there's this one part where you're getting towards the base, and like there's this one sniper that you cannot pick off,
Okay.
and it's like Gears of War, the original Gears
Okay.
of War. There's this like little portion where there's a sniper, and you're trying to kill this sniper, and like if you don't have the sniper rifle, you're shit out of luck, and it's like the sniper's like pick it up, boop boop, and then
Yeah.
like he'll
If
drop
that's
down.
the hardest
Pick
part
it
of
up,
Gears
boop,
4,
boop.
you're crazy. No, there's some.
No,
parts
but
of
I'm
that
just
game that
saying,
drove me
no. There's like a
fucking
whole
bananas.
bunch of them though. Like you're clearing out a
Yeah.
little bit, and it's just like that farther distance.
What's the
and you're trying
hardest
to run.
difficulty called? Insane, right?
Yeah, insane.
So me and my friend, we beat it. We tried. We got up to General Crag or whatever his name is.
Yeah, Ram.
Yeah, and we just couldn't beat him.
Yeah.
And then the hardest level was the one where you have to shine the light. Oh, that was brutal.
While you're driving the car.
Yeah.
What happened when you're going in the mine cart and the one thing that explodes falls in your
Yeah.
cart every time?
And we did it, and then we was just like, oh, it was like one more achievement we need. We go, we give up. We're
Yeah.
done.
What was the other game that I had then too? Oh crap! I forget the other game. It'll come to me eventually.
Ultimate Alliance 3, whenever that comes out, look for that. I still didn't play Resident Evil 2 redone.
Yeah.
And I don't know what else is coming out new. I just looked the other day and I seen a couple things, but I was like, Devil May Cry 4, 5,
Mhm.
5, 6,
5.
5.
Yeah.
I don't think it's out yet. The demo's
With,
out
with
with Cody Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes,
Cody
yeah.
Rhodes is in the game. They can't say that he's not. I know they make in Japan,
100%
and they're probably New Japan fans.
Throwback.
Nero is Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
100%.
I'd like to play that game too, and they actually included some really cool DLC. Like they did like a Mega Man arm and the Mega Buster.
Yeah, because
then
Capcom
too.
makes it.
Yeah.
and Dante, it's
Well, it makes
Dante, Nero,
sense.
and another guy.
Hmm?
There's a third guy they added. I think he's
Oh,
in the
and like they're even saying, like some of the gamers are saying that he's even weirder than you think,
Really?
and it's like, whoa,
probably turns into
it's
monsters
crazy.
and stuff.
All right. So we just hit we're just closing on the hour mark.
Oh, okay.
So let's bust some snacks out.
Well, what are we looking forward to?
Yeah.
Just skip
Yeah,
to half the
Well,
table
we'll open the first pack and talk
and be
about
as
it.
loud as possible while we talk.
Yep. I'll be really
So I
quiet.
just want to know what.
So Nikolai, what are you excited for?
Hey,
Okay.
what are you excited
So
for? I'm watching.
I'm excited for Game of Thrones to come out.
Oh, yeah.
I gotta
And
finish catching up to
Entertainment Weekly kind of screwed me. I went to the store today and I looked on the shelf and they have 16 variant covers of all the different Game of Thrones people. So I have collected 2 of them so far.
Are they $14.99?
No, these ones are like $6.99.
Oh, okay. Because the Captain Marvel one, I wanted it $14.99.
Oh, okay.
Speaking of which, since you brought variant covers, Detective Comics 1000 came out today.
Yes.
And guess how many variants there are?
God, I don't even 1,000 of them.
It's pretty cool how they did. No, they're not that.
1,000.
No.
I mean,
1,000.
one for every issue.
One for every decade Batman's been on.
So
80.
80.
And then-
82.
And then
82 variants.
the cover is like, so like there'll be like when he came out in the 30s. So there's a 30s art theme cover. There's a 40s and 50s and 60s like that. And then there's a blank one and there's a bunch of variants. But,
That's insane.
And I got the one where like Batman's fighting off like the Joker, Riddler, the Bat who laughs, whole bunch of like classic old school ones. Unfortunately, I got the trade dress. The only one it was this very similar cover. It was a Virgin variant cover.
okay, yeah.
The only thing, well, the Comic Mint actually released that. They decided, well, whoever gets the first 500 or so, we're gonna let them buy it, but we're gonna burn the other 500. We're gonna destroy the other
God.
500 to make it exclusively rare, and people are fuming over it. And it really is stupid.
Yeah, and these are $10 a pop, by the way.
Yeah.
Wow.
And not only that,
I didn't get it. Did you order online?
I ordered online, same Comic Mint, but I got like 2 copies just because.
Yeah.
But I also know that there's a Bruce Timm homage cover of an old Detective Comics number 15. It was, and it's with the Joker like coming out of the genie lamp with Batman.
Yeah.
And Bruce Timm did it, and like people are like, well, my one coworker is like, oh, I got that cover. That's pretty cool. I'm like, that's a bitchin' cover. Like,
Yeah.
it looks really cool.
You know what else came out today, which I'm interested in? It's a new Sabrina Archie book. It's like, you know, they took Archie and they made it like more for adults. It was just called Archie, and it started from number 1.
Afterlife.
No, not Afterlife.
No,
Archie.
not Afterlife.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
not
wow.
horror themed. It's just like an Archie, kind of like Riverdale, Archie for adults, but it's not like they're not like fucking and stuff in it.
Yeah.
But
Of course.
yeah, so they're making Sabrina like that. So it's not the Chilling Adventures Sabrina where they're
Yeah.
killing people. It's like an adult Sabrina. But that came out today. I got it pulled in my list, but I didn't get to read it, honestly.
Nice.
I'll tell you what, the Archie series has really become progressive because
It is.
they introduced like the first gay comic
Yeah,
book
Kevin
character,
Keller.
and then
Yes,
they were like, we're gonna give him a series, and then they were like, he's hooking up in New York
Yeah,
and shit.
and the
I'm like,
Archie horror books are good.
yeah, like they're becoming
Vampironica and the Blossom 666, which I'm
awfully
Cheryl and
progressive.
Jason. Yeah.
Awfully progressive for an Archie series.
From where it was like just kiddie stuff, and
Yeah.
now it's like crazy.
But they still have the kiddie stuff,
Yeah,
though,
they do. They
which
still
I
like-
really like.
They still
You
make
know,
original
that's
Archie.
phenomenal. Like, hey, keep it. Hey, let's go family, literally family. Let's go with the kiddie demographic,
Yeah.
and then your teen, young adult.
Yeah, you want to watch Jughead turn a werewolf and kill people? You can read
Yeah.
that.
Jughead eating people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're gonna start with the ring pop.
I'm not even
Oh,
finished.
my God, go.
We literally, I say one thing and we get sidetracked. So I want to see Shazam. I already have my
As do
tickets
I.
for
As do
Thursday
I.
night next week. I'm driving to Music to see it after work.
Music.
What day?
With the big
used to wrestle
Thursday
Music.
night, it's at 8:00. I got my tickets for it. I'm in the.
Is it packed? Is it sold out?
I mean, it wasn't, but if you get your ticket in advance, they give you 3 Shazam digital comics.
Oh, really? That's
So-
cool.
I thought that was pretty cool. And of course, I want to see Pet Cemetery because they both come out the same weekend.
Oh, wow.
So it's gonna be.
Oh, I won't
Which
be able
is
to go
April
Thursday
5th.
night because we're doing a show tomorrow.
If you go to, I don't know if Ollie still had it, they got a bunch of DC trades. They do have the Shazam retelling, and it's like $6.
Oh,
The
that's
hardcover.
awesome.
Yeah, that's right.
That's
on.
not bad.
I'll bring it. I'll show you. It's good.
I ate
not bad.
I ate a ring pop gummy already.
I saw.
All right. So ring pop gummies.
Pass it over.
I had a yellow one. I'm gonna grab a green. All right. So this is go ahead, describe it a little bit, Nikolai. Read what's on the bag.
Read it. You can ask me to read.
Oh yeah, you have bad peepers. Give it to Andy.
I have what?
Bad peepers.
I don't think there's anything on, but they're gummies with a little like gusher thing inside. I got a yellow one, but on the back there's
I
recipes.
grabbed the red one. Okay, so let's see.
Oh, the recipe.
Oh no, that's not that one. That's this one. That's the
Ring pop, ring
never
pop gummy gems. 2 flavors in one. Sweet outside, splash of sour inside.
I got no sour at all.
Me either. I got pineapple.
And this is the guy that's saying, "Oh, I hate sour."
The pineapple kind of tastes like when pineapple is in his beer.
The yellow is actually good. The yellow is good. The green, I'm not a fan of green.
I do like them. I mean, I have the green one. I don't know what flavor it is, but I like it.
I don't like green at all.
There's some really good
Green-
flavors here.
Green is
It's
lime
on-
raspberry.
The red
Okay.
is cherry apple.
I'm cool with that.
Lime blue raspberry is the green.
Not a fan of
The
it.
yellow is tropical pineapple and orange.
Which wasn't bad.
And blue raspberry watermelon in the blue.
Eat a yellow one. It tastes like when you had that beer that was citrusy.
I gotta get a red one out of there. It's the only one I didn't try yet, right?
I'm gonna try a blue.
Oh, red. I gotta get a red.
They're good. The
I
one
like them. Yeah.
Would everybody be like weirded if I just dump them on the table? Are we cool with that?
Screw it. Do it.
Sure.
I don't.
what's
Okay,
the
got
red?
the red. I
There's
got
no
the,
blue in here.
got that one.
What's red?
I didn't get
Oh,
that
this
one.
is considered blue.
Oh, well, that's dumb.
Cherry apple. A little bland. The red
Yeah.
one.
Slightly.
Lime blue raspberry. Here we go.
And then we're going to try the lime blue raspberry for me too.
I think, which is crazy because normally we're like,
Yeah. I don't like lime blue raspberry at all.
Which one is that?
That would be
like
that
that
one.
one.
The green one?
So this one is technically considered blue raspberry watermelon.
Oh, that's the one I had.
so
I had the
normally
darker
when I eat candies, usually
Let me
I
try this one.
leave all the yellow ones for Heidi. Yellow one's the best one so far.
Tropical pineapple orange. I like the lime blue
The watermelon
raspberry.
tastes bad. I don't like these.
And the cherry apple wasn't too
I
bad.
don't like
You
that
can
one
try
at
them.
all. I thought that the yellow one was the best.
Yeah,
think we
yellow,
should just say-
yellow, red, yellow. Then
Are
red.
we good with? Oh,
Now
No.
here's the ones that have the recipes.
All right,
These are
What-
gross.
what's that one?
Hold on. I'm swapping out. I
All right,
felt
so
cheated.
these are called matchums. You can make up to 28 sweet and sour combination
Stick them
candies.
together.
So they're like little. The bag is
They're like
literally
Lego blocks.
it's slime.
Rip the red one off.
So you have orange, cherry, banana, orange.
That's good. The red's
Then you
really
have
good.
blue sour raspberry, sour watermelon.
Mm.
And I think that's banana, right?
Mhm.
Okay, how do you make bubble gum?
Banana and orange.
Very
Take
nice.
A
So-
yellow and a red.
So I
orange?
got a yellow. What about yellow and green?
Yeah, so the gimmick for these is you put two of them together and they're like little Lego
Yellow,
blocks.
green,
They make an alternate
sour
flavor.
green apple.
Some of them have the piece that inserts.
I don't get it
But-
at all.
The other ones don't.
Yeah. So it says that orange,
I get that. Yeah.
orange and banana equal bubble gum. Let's find out. I love bubble gum.
Oh, this package may not contain every flavor or
Oh,
combination.
touched it. Shit.
So all right. So you have
Oh,
orange
double
cherry, banana orange, blue raspberry, sour watermelon, sour green apple, pear, and strawberry. So some of them aren't going to have every flavor in it. So like if you take this would be sour watermelon,
Which one's that?
green, and then I go
There's two
blue.
different
That's
greens. See, there's this green and there's this green.
You're
So
colorblind.
these two right here.
I'm gonna have some more of these though.
No, you got two of the
colors, same colors. I don't know. I give up. Just
Here, try that.
Just stick them together and see what it tastes like.
Whatever
I'm just gonna
connects
eat it.
happens.
they're not as slimy as they were in the bag.
No.
Mm.
Yeah,
Cool.
see that green's like that, and then this green.
I
Same
don't-
they're different. Let me see the bag real quick.
I don't know what ring pop I just ate, but it tastes like cleaning solution.
So I tried to make bubble gum, and it tasted kind of like bubble
Okay,
gum, but
let's
not
see.
really.
No,
So I just
hang
ate
on.
one without any flavor.
So I got
It tastes horrible.
banana,
Yeah.
and I
Oh,
got
kiwi.
this is the this one might be sour.
Oh, no, sour green apple
Or
plus
pear.
pear. So 2 greens equal kiwi.
All right, I'm gonna
So-
go right this right here.
No,
Then I'm gonna. What if we do 3 and we go grow crazy?
let's see. I'm gonna try.
I made a bland dog shit flavor with the one that I have.
Just take one of each, throw it all in.
All right, yeah. So
What ones am I missing? I mean, green.
I don't know if the colors actually make.
And I'll even throw a ring pop in it.
They aren't bad. They aren't bad. They're good.
So I'm gonna go
They're
for.
fun for kids.
I
Yeah,
think
for
that's all
for
of them.
kids.
Oh, look at
For kids,
There you go. You throw this in. That's yours.
you can make your own.
You know what really they should do with this candy, just in case if like you can't combine them together like the way that you want them to, just have one on the bottom and
Mhm.
boop, done, easy solution. Because
I
look
think
at this, Tony. Look at this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is fun. Ben just made the like the most
Sexual.
like a 13-year-old joke of all time. He's like, get it?
They're called Matchums. They're okay. They're good.
Yeah.
I think
They're
these are
okay.
better. I'll finish these.
The texture of them reminds me of the 3D Mario gummies that we used to sell at FYE.
Mm.
I really like those.
I like the shape of these, and they remind me of rupees from Zelda. Like,
Yeah.
if they market
do.
these as rupees,
they do.
Maybe that's
Whatever
the
one
next,
was in my mouth now, it tastes horrible.
what that whole collage.
There's this candy store I lived on Nice Street in Frackville. It was literally like about a block away from me. It was called Tom Lavage's. And you used to like walk up there like $5,
Yeah.
and like you literally get like a shitload of candy.
So now we're at.
Yeah.
I'll read it because you can't read.
I can read that much.
He doesn't know how to read.
This is Jolly. Yeah,
I don't know how to
He never
read.
learned how to read.
No,
We
I'm
don't
an
judge him
actor
for
who
it.
can't read.
He memorized every script because his brother reads it to him.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
God.
super special.
Yeah.
These are Jolly Rancher Misfits. So they're 2-in-1 gummies. You got green apple and cherry, blue raspberry watermelon, strawberry lemon.
Dump them on the table.
We're gonna do a dump them out. We're gonna dump them out.
So they're all half and half.
Yeah, these are all half and
So,
half.
All right, so grab your flavors.
And they have little goofy faces on
Yeah,
them.
grab
Yeah.
one of each flavor.
They're not as gummy as I thought they would be. They're more like on the stiff.
There's 3 flavors, right?
All right, so I got one of each.
Okay.
I did
I'm
too.
just going to say that this one's probably good because this one looks like it's going to be mango.
Okay, so there's the
So we got
watermelon
a lot of green apple cherry in one pack.
Oh, that green apple cherry. Let's eat one of them.
All right, so let's go that one.
Which one are we doing first?
Consistency of Swedish fish.
Okay.
Yes,
green apple cherry,
This
right?
is really good.
I don't like green apple. I'm not a Jolly Rancher green apple fan, so I already don't like this one. 'Cause
I like those.
have that. You have all, they're good. I
Okay.
hate green apple.
And what's this guy? Blue raspberry cherry?
Blue raspberry
Watermelon.
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 If you actually look at it, he's a
It's
blue
just a
raspberry,
watermelon, yeah.
Oh, okay.
and his mouth is a watermelon.
The
Like-
watermelon
like
taste is
Post
strong
Malone.
and it's good.
Yeah.
A lot of times watermelon has a weird taste.
Mhm.
Someone just outed me in the chat.
What?
He said, "Don't let them all fool you. Tony just gave you all LSD."
Oh God!
Dude.
Came in the back.
Whoa, man.
I guess it's better than a roofie party,
We
though.
just hear Doors music and like.
Fun fact: I just read an article today.
What's this? Lemon.
I forget.
I don't know. I ate it. Though.
Lemon strawberry.
Banana.
Mm.
I'm sorry, strawberry lemon.
I like it. I think that
strawberry
was my
lemon.
favorite.
Yeah. So I read an article today where a guy,
I don't like the strawberry.
I guess, was upset that his coworkers had too much negative energy,
Mhm.
so he slipped them all LSD at work.
Oh my God!
Could you imagine being at work that day? Imagine
Nothing
being the
got
Social
done.
Security office and everyone's high on LSD.
That'd be fucking awful.
I work at a call center because you imagine everyone looked like a call center high on LSD.
Where do you work at Harrisburg?
No, Pacho.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I'm very much at Harrisburg one. I didn't know if there was one around.
I would not buy those again.
I like them.
I would buy
the last one.
I would buy the block things. I like the block things.
Oh, that last two, that
I didn't like the lemon one.
lemon and green apple are my least favorite Jolly Rancher flavors.
I like green apple, blue raspberry.
But they still have the signature flavor of Jolly Rancher, so you're actually getting a good product.
Yeah.
They're consistent.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the topic of tonight that I put in the chat, and we didn't really talk about it in the
That's
chat
weird.
because we saved it for the table, and I think it's a cool topic. So Iron Man VR announced.
We talked about that already.
Yep. And with that being said, we talked about what would we like when it came to an Iron Man game, or what type of game, if you had to compare one to the other, or what type of superhero game hasn't been made yet that you would want to be made.
Hasn't been.
Hasn't been made.
I misread that.
I thought it was.
So
what was your favorite?
So we'll cover this. Give me without any order your top 5 favorite superhero games
That exist.
that exist that are out.
Phew, that's tough.
I can
For
go.
me.
Arkham City.
Yep.
Ultimate Alliance.
I will. All right, now, when I say Arkham City, I'm putting the whole franchise.
Okay,
in
so
one.
just let's
Yeah.
say Arkham. The Arkham. Yes.
Arkham
City was the
series,
best of the
Yes.
series. Okay. It goes Arkham City, Arkham first Asylum, Arkham Origins, Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
Okay, that's how it goes from best to worst.
Oh, okay.
In my opinion. So what I say,
The Arkham series.
Arkham games,
series.
Ultimate Alliance. We'll throw X-Men Legends with that because it's the same.
Yeah,
type of game.
same type of game. Both amazing games.
Spider-Man, the PlayStation one,
Okay.
and also the one called Web of Shadows, really good. Where you have the symbiote suit.
Mhm.
It's for 360 and PS4.
Okay.
Let's see what else. Drawing a blank. The fighting games, like the X-Men ones, but I don't really consider them comic book games because it's a fighting game. All the Spawn games are all terrible. There's a Punisher side-scrolling game for Sega that's pretty good. So I need two more.
I can give you my 5.
Go ahead.
So I'm going to do the same thing. Same 2 as you. The Ultimate Alliance and the X-Men grouped into one. The top-down Diablo dungeon crawlers.
X-Men Legends 1 and 2, fantastic.
Awesome games. The Batman Arkham series. I really enjoyed the Punisher game that was out for the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3. It was made for the movie, but it was like Hitman. It was super gory.
Oh no,
like
that's for Xbox One and PlayStation 2.
Was it really?
Yeah, I have it. Yeah,
I thought that was for the
Xbox, regular Xbox.
Xbox.
I think it was ported to the 360 as well.
I have it for regular Xbox.
Okay.
Yeah, that was a good game.
Great game. Super gory. Like you're taking guys and throwing them in ovens.
Yeah, you could do kills when you get to certain things.
Yeah, it was super violent.
And then you could do the thing
like
where
you're caving skulls in.
you do berserk mode where you pull out 2 knives, everything go black and white, and you hear like his wife and kids die, and it's
it was like Max Payne, The Suffering, and Hitman in one game.
Yeah, it was fun.
Like it was really head trippy. Like you actually were the Punisher inside your character's head. That's on my list. It was made for the movie. It's one of the only movie games that I actually enjoyed. The Wolverine, besides the Deadpool in it,
for
Wolverine
Xbox.
Origins.
I loved that game.
Some people shit on it. I think that was pretty good.
It was like God of War, but Wolverine.
Mark Hamill did Wolverine's voice in it.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Did he really?
Yeah.
I did not know that either.
There's a Ghost Rider God of War ripoff.
Really?
Yeah, that's for PS2.
I would add that to the list, and then my 5th.
Is that the one? Because I had a Ghost Rider game for the PSP. Is that
It's probably
also?
knockoff.
Is it like
Yeah, it's probably the
both of them?
knockoff.
I think it's called
version.
Spirits of Vengeance.
Yes, that was the.
And I literally just had a brain fart. My 5th. The Deadpool one was really
That
good.
was fun. I'm trying to think.
God.
That Spider-Man Web of Shadows is really good, and then Shattered Dimensions is good. But then there's a sequel to Shattered Dimensions.
There's another
But
game in
only
there.
regular Spider-Man 2099, and it's not that good. Edge of Time.
Yeah,
That wasn't that good.
there's another game in there that I literally had to tip my tongue. And I really enjoyed it, and I don't remember what it is now.
Batman Begins.
Oh God.
No, that
Batman
game was
Rise of
terrible.
Sin's Son or whatever.
I know
it
that's
was.
one of your favorites.
It is.
Catwoman and
I don't know.
Aquaman.
Yeah.
You ever played the Aquaman video game? It
No.
is absolutely terrible. It's for regular Xbox.
Really?
SpongeBob in it.
It should be. Oh, it's so terrible. It's god awful.
Trying to think. I'll think of my 5th, but give us a little bit of your list.
So mine are all going to be movie related ones, just because I like movies more than games. So I probably would say Spider-Man 2 is the top of my list.
Oh, the movie? Yeah, that one's
Yeah,
good.
the movie one. I agree with you on Wolverine. Now these are in no particular order. I did like the Wolverine game. The Ghost Rider game actually was a lot of fun. What else was it? Batman Begins I did like. What else was there?
There was Iron Man 1 and 2.
Oh, and Iron Man. Yeah, that was the other one.
Well, they weren't bad. There's also Captain America. It's a ripoff of Batman, Arkham Asylum. Have you ever played the Captain America First Avenger game?
Mm-mm.
It's okay. And there's a Thor one that's a ripoff of God of War. That's also okay. The Captain America one's a little bit better. I did beat that one.
Oh my god.
I'm trying to think of just all the games I have. There's also with the Marvel superheroes, like the little toys that like for kids, that like cartoony. What they call it? Superhero? I think they're called Marvel Heroes or Marvel Superheroes or something. There's a game like that where you team up. It's kind of like a lesser Ultimate Alliance. It's
Okay.
There's also a Spider-Man one. The Green Lantern game.
I got my 5th. I'm gonna go the Injustice, and I hate.
Oh
fighting
yeah,
games.
Injustice.
The
Yeah.
Injustice games. The Lego ones are in there too. The Lego Batmans, Lego Marvels, very good.
It's too repetitive for me, and I kind of lose interest.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say Injustice,
Yeah.
Ultimate Alliance, Arkham City, and the
Great comic book
Spider-Man
game,
for
those.
PS4,
Yeah.
and then Spider-Man Web of Shadows.
What about you, Ben?
Oh boy. Okay.
You're going
so-
Marvel Capcom. I already smell it in your breath. You're going Marvel Capcom.
2 is better than 3.
Well.
Wait, is there 4?
Well.
Is there?
Yeah.
That's more Captain Marvel.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So
And no X-Men because we forgot about X-Men. If you remember that whole
X-Men
thing.
arcade machine all the way. X-Men
What
arcade
about the
game.
What about the X-Men Genesis game?
Oh, X-Men 1 not good. 2 was really good but hard.
The Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Clone Wars was it's like I think
Yeah,
it was
Clone
something.
Wars, yeah.
That's Star Wars.
Yeah.
Yeah. But definitely the X-Men arcade game, which
Yeah,
where
yeah.
you had that big honking huge 6-man,
Welcome to die.
and it's like it's a cheesy music.
Yeah. Who was your favorite person using that?
Oh,
You gotta plug me in. You just
I would say
Not Dazzler.
definitely not. I would say Wolverine or Colossus.
Oh.
And then Wolverine just like whips like his adamantium like blade.
I like Nightcrawler.
And then like the joke character was Storm because I played with a couple of friends, and like fortunately I had a friend that actually knew about the X-Men arcade game, and he's like, "Oh man, I gotta play Storm." He was Korean too, so it was really funny. He's like, you're Storm.
Well, Dazzler, she would like throw her special and it would arc. It doesn't go straight. It goes up in the air.
Yeah, it's like a hand grenade, and when it goes down,
I was like, this sucks.
So
Yeah, that was a good game.
that one. Since you mentioned the Punisher,
Oh, the side scroll.
there's also the Punisher beat 'em up.
Yeah,
too.
and that costs like $60-$70.
And that was also
Sega
a Sega Genesis port then too. They kind of ported the arcade game. I have the original arcade game. Yeah.
And the second player is Nick Fury.
Yeah. Tony's calling me out on it. Marvel versus Capcom series.
Which one do you like the best?
I'd say 2, just
Yeah,
because it has that
yeah.
huge roster. You could play as Thanos. You could play as a whole bunch of them.
I thought 4 was a little too much.
4,
And
they were just
And they got rid of the
mixed reviews
X-Men
of it.
because of the whole
Mhm.
licensing thing. And they said,
Mhm.
we're not putting the X-Men in because the modern Marvel fan doesn't remember them. I'm like,
crazy.
I'm like, but you have Black Panther?
Okay.
Like, all right, Rocket Raccoon, but you don't know who Wolverine is? Nobody in the planet.
And I like the third one too, just because it was a hodgepodge of characters.
Yeah,
then,
that
so.
wasn't bad.
Uh,
A lot of my characters suck. She-Hulk was terrible. She was so slow. And Jean Grey, like, she had the least health of anyone, so she would just get smoked right away. I was like,
and it has one of my favorite characters in Marvel vs. Capcom 3,
X-23?
Taskmaster.
Oh, Taskmaster, yeah.
I love Taskmaster, voiced by Steve Bloom. Is like, oh man, he's like better than Cap or better than Hawkeye.
Doesn't he have like a Skeletor voice almost, like a Cap?
Kind of, sort of, but it's just really cool how he portrays Taskmaster. He's just like a dick. I just like it.
Who was the bad guy in the Black Widow movie, right? Who said that today? Someone said that.
I do.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know that. I didn't know the Black Widow movie was a go.
And then he goes, "Oh, no show and tell," and I'm like, "Fucking wow!" I had something really good too. Then I would also say the X-Men Clone Wars, which was pretty good. I like that because that brings a lot of memories. And then I'm gonna go with X-Men
Rise of
Mutant
Apocalypse.
Apocalypse.
Oh, is that
Mutant
one for Super
Apocalypse?
Nintendo?
That's the Super Nintendo one.
Yeah, where you do Street Fighter moves.
Yeah, and you fight a whole bunch of like X-Men villains.
Yeah, I never beat that. I have that one.
It's really cool because like you have the Juggernaut, and he just like runs like side scroll, so it's like kind of like a pace battle.
Yeah.
You kind of have, if you're doing speed runs, you got to make sure you know what you're doing.
So we kind of put out there when we first started this as well as characters who haven't had their own video game that you would like. In the chat, we had someone throw out a Silver Surfer game.
There's one for
that'd be
Nintendo,
cool.
but it's terrible, and it's like 1943.
Oh,
but
yes.
like from a side scrolling, so Gradius, where you go and you shoot things. I think there's level
it's like a
this
Space
too.
Invaders.
Yeah.
It's horrible. The music is awesome though.
I would love a Daredevil game.
There was one right around the movie and they canceled it. They developed it so far and they canned it.
Really?
A Daredevil game on the Arkham.
Could you
system.
imagine a Daredevil? The only thing with the Daredevil game is it would have to be like all red.
Well, when you turn on its echolocation like a bat, that would turn red and black.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's how he'd handle it. But then you get when you like Batman detective mode, like you hit the button. Go,
Yeah, but
and
he's always in detective mode because he can't see.
yeah, but for purposes of the game, I mean, you can't.
I would love it.
I forgot a game then too. You guys are gonna be like, yeah, Maximum Carnage from Super.
Oh, they're
Nintendo.
so hard. Like green jelly,
Yeah.
awesome.
Oh,
And
what
separation
else?
anxiety not as good.
I
Yeah.
forgot about that.
What other heroes would you put out there that you would like to see their own?
Well, like
game?
I said earlier, the Punisher third person, I think.
I'd like to see an updated Ninja Turtle game, like a new.
Oh yeah, that one was okay.
Yeah, I think it was like Battle in Brooklyn. I think it's
Yeah, I
called.
forget what it was.
The Power Rangers game was really good.
The side scrolling one,
Yeah.
yeah.
Me
And you
Ben
can level
played
up. I would like a good Spawn game because you never really got. The best one is for Xbox, and it's called Spawn something.
What a Hellboy game? Do you think that'll come with the new movie?
Doubt it.
Yeah, I would say no. I think there is one for regular Xbox. It's probably the shits though.
Yeah.
I want movie games back.
Yeah,
So,
it's funny that
I want Shazam.
stopped that
I
totally.
want Shazam as a movie game. I didn't even see the movie yet,
Like you think,
but I want a Shazam game for the movie.
I would like a Superman. Sorry to cut you off.
No,
Superman
you're good.
open world adventure.
Like a Spider-Man, Batman, Arkham City type.
Yeah. We're just like here's Superman.
Now
Flying around like knights.
the only problem with that is like
You're unstoppable.
he's unstoppable. Like
so
how
Batman.
how do you dumb him down? Like
Right.
Batman, if you like get overwhelmed.
Kryptonite.
There's just
Yeah, every boss has a
Everybody-
Like
Lex
Lex Luthor has like flying birds that have kryptonite.
they're just
in them.
kryptonite or
It's a
they're
slingshot.
superpower people or
red,
magic.
red light.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
red
this-
sun or something. Yeah.
I mean, you have to dumb it down for the sake of the game.
Mhm.
There is a what is it, Life and Death of Superman, the side-scrolling beat 'em up for Super Nintendo.
Death and Return of Superman.
Oh yeah, Death and
The
Return.
question was, have we ever played the game Clay Fighter? I'm not a
Yes.
fighting game
Years
guy,
ago.
but I do remember Clay Fighter.
Yes.
What's
I don't
the
even know what
Frosty?
that
Frosty
Remember-
was the
Yeah.
snowman.
Remember the game Balls?
No, Batman's
Oh.
Frosty.
Yeah.
And I remember Balls.
Balls, yeah.
Balls. That was a fighting game.
They're
Primal
hitting my niche at this
Yeah.
point. Yeah, Primal Rage.
Primal Rage.
Eternal Champions. Is
Killer
terrible.
Instinct is huge on Xbox.
War Gods.
Combo.
Yeah.
War Gods.
Oh, Warco, yeah.
War Gods. It was like that
Battle
cheesy,
Lord.
like big jacked, like broccoli looking dude. It's
Yeah.
like it was like cheddar and broccoli guy. yeah.
Clay Fighter, one of them, I think it's 64, is like super expensive. I think it's Clay Fighter.
That's Clay
64.
Fire Sculptor's coming.
Yeah.
You're hitting my stride.
Which
now at this
everybody's
point.
in it.
What
Booger Man's in one of them too.
Yeah.
What is a style of game that isn't made anymore that you wish would come back?
The side-scrolling beat 'em ups. They hardly ever.
Yes.
Beat 'em ups.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'm a fan of the Maniac Mansions.
Oh, okay. We can find an item.
Monkey Island. There's a newer one out. It's actually on sale now. I should have grabbed it, but I didn't. Tumbleweed Park, made by the same creators, and then there was like the Day of the Tentacle and stuff. I
I didn't like that at all.
I like those games where it's like pull, push,
Oh, okay,
open,
yeah.
close.
Shadowgate for Nintendo, and The Uninvited, which is very rare, and Gone Home. No,
Mhm.
Sweet Home.
Sweet Home.
Sweet
Yeah. I'd probably say like the side scrolling beat 'em ups because those were always really fun. I think like once the Streets of Rage 4, if people really dig it
Yeah.
that much and they do different stuff with it, because a lot of the times when you did a side scrolling beat 'em up, it oversaturated the market in the sense like, okay, well, we have a good IP or a good brand. What could we do in order to make this game a cash cow?
Yeah.
Let's throw a beat 'em up in there. It's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
How
but-
about a side-scroll Mario beat 'em up? We could be Mario and Luigi and hit the streets. Well, that makes me think. I have a PAX. I have a Streets of Rage where you're Ninja Turtles, and I also have a Streets of Rage where you're Simpsons characters.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Super Show just got another announcement.
Who?
Who?
What?
Nyla Rose.
Yeah,
What?
I was in the back, and someone was going over the match, and then someone said, "You're gonna fight her next show." And I was like, "Oh, okay."
So you're gonna be against Nyla Rose?
No, not me. No. I believe Christina Maria.
Wow.
That was super cool. I'm gonna get a funny picture with her.
Yeah. AEW superstar now.
Yeah, AEW superstar. That's my in the AEW roster.
Yeah, that's your in.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah. What did-
let the boys
Can I
know
call
about
Cody?
me.
That's cool. I think they might get one more name then, probably like a bigger dude, because Disco Inferno. Like, Disco Inferno.
Speaking of
And Teddy Long ain't gonna wrestle.
See, I hope they get two more. I hope the one is the one we were talking about where he's a wrestler but not a wrestler.
Yeah, I hope they get him
I want him.
because that's an attraction right there.
Is that who we're?
Yeah.
Oh,
That's an attraction. I want to.
That'd be
I want to
fantastic.
wrestle him because it's not like it's gonna be a great.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a spectacle.
I'm gonna.
Not gonna be a 5-star match. It's gonna be Kenny Omega. God.
going off of like
I hope he
beat 'em up-
You have to let him squash it, like you're.
talk about the beat 'em ups, kind of like Saturday Night Slam Masters, like a beat 'em up like wrestling game.
Yeah, that'd be quite
And like
cool.
make the controls a little bit tighter.
You think WWE would have did that? Like a downloadable one, $15. You could be like 4 characters: John Cena, Randy Orton, AJ Styles, Braun Strowman, and you just go around and beat up the like bad guys and stuff. And one girl.
They did
you-
that.
you could be Jackie.
Imagine like a Braun Strowman River City Ransom.
Yeah.
Oh my!
Get these hands.
And he would just run, and like that's a special attack. He just runs back and forth, and he picks up a car. It just goes like this, and a car appears, and he throws a car.
It
at
just
you.
go.
That should be made. here's a speaking of wrestling and video games. Did you ever play? Me and Ben played it one night.
All Stars.
It's All Stars.
It's fantastic.
It's so
I
good.
played that. I got the achievement where it's beat the entire roster and win every belt with the Warrior. I got that achievement.
Really?
Yeah.
It's such a good game.
I think it's so over the top because like Jake Roberts is like goes for DT, jumps up in the air, spins around, and does it. Like this is awesome.
Corny shit. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun. It's a really fun game.
Did you ever?
I want to get it for PS3.
Did you guys ever play the Game Boy Advance? It's Game Boy Advance or Game Boy Color. WWE Betrayal. That's like kind of it's very similar to a beat 'em up, like what you were talking about. It was Triple H, The Rock, Stone Cold Steve Austin. I forget who the other guy is, but there's alternating timelines. Yeah, I think that's who it is.
Is it side scroller?
Side scroller beat 'em
Wow,
up.
I'll have to get that.
What about the wrestling Twisted Metal game?
Oh, Crash Hour. I have that. And I just recently beat that, and it's terrible.
Is it bad?
Yeah, it's like if Twisted Metal is here, Crush Hour is down here. It's really bad.
So getting close to the end here. We're just hit the hour 30 mark. Anything you want to plug, Ben?
Well, I mentioned I don't know if you were in the room or not, but I may or may not be potentially getting the Elder Scrolls beer for Bangin' Beers. So
there's another really fancy beer that you might be getting that everyone's excited about right now in the world.
Oh, I know that.
Don't announce it yet, though.
Don't announce.
I was gonna let it.
It's Batman.
We're just gonna drop that in a picture and be like, this episode.
Yes.
That's how we're doing it.
Yes.
But there's a really cool episode happening this Sunday.
Yeah, that's.
I'll let you plug it.
That's going to be the shit show that is The Boys Upstairs on Sunday. At what time? 2, 3 o'clock?
We'll say 2:30, 3 o'clock. Yeah.
2:30, 3 o'clock. So,
do you want to give a hint of the beer lineup?
Let's say this: Mad Dog is one of them. That's all. I suggested that.
There's no craft beer.
None.
Oh,
it's all the super hard malt, disgusting liquor. Yeah.
God. Hurricane.
You got to go from the low to the high and the low.
All right, give us if you had the disgusting malt beer, what would your list be? So you already have.
See, I don't
Mad Dog
drink,
and
but
Hurricane.
I know Hurricane.
Yep.
You go down and get a Mickey's.
That's on it.
What was that other like the 40 one? I don't know. Put Colt 45 in there.
Colt 45. That's on the list.
And what was that other big one?
I suggested Old English, but
Old English,
that's on the list.
Is it on the list?
We're doing 7.
I thought.
Oh God! Then you go into. My friends used to go when they were in 21. I'd buy beer from at what Tommy's M&S in St. Clair. You get the Mickey there, 5 for 5. It tells you how good that beer
Mickey's
is.
is on the list.
Oh God!
And the last one's Boone's.
No.
Yeah, it's gonna be nasty.
Tell me I brought Walmart sodas. Try this cola. It's called cola.
We're gonna cover. Thank you so much for the comment there, but we're gonna cover Infinity War or Endgame when it gets a little closer.
Yeah, it's April 27th.
Yeah, so I mean, now that we have a show every Wednesday, we're here every Wednesday. So when we get a little closer to that, we're gonna talk about it and maybe go as a group and go see it. Like I said, every Wednesday is this show, and every Thursday is our wrestling show. So if you're into professional wrestling, we'll be back on here again tomorrow night, same time, 8 o'clock. Andy, anything to plug? You guys?
Nothing really. This is my other podcast called The Power Ring.
Call on the Power Ring.
That's about it.
Call on the Power Ring. Search it on Facebook. All podcast platforms. It covers everything we kind of talk about here: comic books, video games, movies, television, and professional wrestling. Yeah. So it's a little bit melting pot. Anything else? What do you got?
So I have 2 things. So I follow this group called Game Attack who does like these video game playthroughs and whatnot. And this past week they did all like clowns. So the one episode they dressed up as Pennywise, and then the one dressed up as Georgie. And like he actually like lost his arm and stuff in the stream. It was pretty awesome. But they're having a hide and seek stream with information coming soon. So look out for that. Because I've been talking to Grayson, who's one of the guys, and he's a huge horror fan.
Okay.
So unfortunately, I guess this is part of an announcement for them too. They're not coming to RTX this year, I found out. And that's actually where I first met them. And they treat everybody like you already know them.
Really? That's cool.
And it's just amazing how nice a complete stranger can be to somebody who doesn't even know who they are. But they were the only people when I go to RTX that I always go to one of their panels now after meeting them. So they're really cool guys. So we just recently did an announcement for Interviews with Everyday People.
Which kind of ties into this show.
Right. Since I'm a huge horror fan, and I have a friend who I also view as a mentor named Andrew Hubachek, who was the original Zelda in Pet Sematary, and we are going to be sitting down with him.
Yeah, that's cool.
More information coming.
Does he live somewhat local then?
Yes, he does work with the Bloomsburg Theater Ensemble, and their next show opens this weekend, and we are actually going to go on Saturday night. So
I don't know what we're going to see. We're going to see a play.
I have to look it up. You can do your thing.
Yeah, so Andy's really cool. Like I said, we're gonna learn a lot about him as an actor, how he got in, how he did that business, how he got out of the business, and then we're going to obviously talk about the original Pet Sematary and the process of that, and how he got his role, and it's going to be a cool insight to the new movie coming out, because it is being remade.
So it comes out April 5th,
and I truly feel that Zelda is going to be a very scary part again, because that character is super creepy.
Not the Princess of Hyrule.
Yeah, not the Princess of Hyrule. It's the character Zelda. Yeah. So definitely check that out. The only thing I really have to plug, since Nikolai took it from me, is just check us out every Wednesday or Thursday. I want him to plug it. Take it.
I took my friend's interview. Sorry.
I will also be involved in.
See us every Wednesday or Thursday. On this channel. Go follow us on Instagram and Facebook. Every channel has a page. Also go follow Call It the Power Ring.
Yeah.
And go follow Game Attack.
Yes.
Check that out as well. Thank you guys so much for tuning in.
Before we leave, I have the title of it just because I always get it wrong, and it's a big one. So it's The Curious Incident of the Dog in the Nighttime. That is what the Bloomsburg Theater Ensemble's show.
And that's what I'm watching Saturday. Weekend. Do they sell alcohol?
I'm sure.
I think they started to now.
Is that right on the main street, that theater?
Yeah, it's at the Vinyl Cross Theater in downtown Bloomsburg, across from. I can't even think.
It used to be.
I want to say Culture Cafe, but that's not it.
3 doors down was the comic book store called Legendary Tea and Comics, but they.
Speaking of cult, thank you so much.
Yeah,
Culture Cafe. So if
it's closer to culture, not Culture Cafe.
It's Conversation
Cafe. Somewhere. Go there.
Conversation Cafe. Culture to culture.
It's Baker's Guild across the street, by the way.
We'll actually be there this Friday, where we set up and doing our not live, but we'll be recording a podcast at Culture to Culture this Friday. So if you're in the area, you're in the Pottsville area, you want to come by and talk to us and maybe sit down and tell us your story, or maybe see a hands-on interview, because when we're at Culture to Culture, it is very hands-on. So you're going to see people sit down and tell their story. Come hang out. Come see a great thing. A lot of people go in there and really spill their heart and spill their emotions, and it's a really, really powerful experience. I definitely recommend it. We'll be there this Friday. But that's going to wrap it up here for us. Heidi, you got anything you want to plug?
No.
What do you got going?
No.
That's all we got.
Did you win? Well, that's something to plug. I mean, you won.
Heidi won in volleyball. I think. All right. So tune in tomorrow. We're going to talk wrestling. We're on the road to WrestleMania. Got some cool stuff to talk about with Raw, SmackDown, and NXT that I'm not seeing right now. I'm sure somebody's watching it. Interesting stuff happened in wrestling. And then, that's new announcements with PPW Super Show. And then we have Outbreak Wrestling coming up soon. So definitely tune into that. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, hanging out with us. And make sure you like and subscribe, hit that button. And if you're listening to this later on the podcast platforms,
doing the president,
check all the stuff in the description as well. See you soon.